We are live. Tip-off just happened out of nowhere, man. NBA Finals, let's go, baby, with Terra Dome in the house.
What it is, yo. What's up?
Thunder's coming out hot already.
There's a bucket.
Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. Where are you at right now? What's the score for you?
Good movement. 0-2 and a 3 here by Siakam. So I'm 20 to 30 seconds behind you. It's all good.
Should be able to add. I wish they could add like a delay. I think they would do that.
Oh, man.
Val in the house. Lord in the house.
Okay.
Val. We got Lore. We're doing good. I should probably turn on more lights. Move. Move. You don't just take my spot like that, girl. Yeah, it's okay. Where's my remote? Okay. Defense. Nope.
Now, what Oklahoma City did last time was start a smaller starting. They mixed their whole giddy up by not starting who they normally started the whole year and trying to do something a little. I think they outsmarted themselves a little bit there, but I mean it was effective. They stayed good for the whole game. It's just it wasn't there at the end. I don't know if that really played into it, but it was just a nominal effort by Indianapolis, man. Siakam, as well as my main man Halliburton, is just so buttery with the three, man.
What the Halliburton?
Halliburton. They say Halliban, the Halliban. if you know, which is kind of a terroristic theme, but hey, I get it. He terrorizes,
right, you know. Ooh.
I like this kid Nesbitt. Naismith. Big tall kid. Good length. Bang!
Bang!
I love it when they say that. The originator was I think it was Marv no, from downtown. That was Marv Albert. Oh,
it's addicting right hearing that.
Bang!
Those okay. So people were complaining about the trophy, like there was no final stuff on the court in social media and stuff. It didn't feel like a finals game. Look how cheap that trophy looks on the.
It does. It's just the two little
That looks ugly as shit. I guess they're trying to find something. That's ugly.
Yeah, they got more advertisement for the YouTube, and I think that's a bank or something. Paycom Center.
Paycom Center, yeah.
Then the actual finals. Yeah, those two little cheesy trophies aren't. That ain't good. Not capturing the moment.
Yeah. I think that's digital too.
You think that's superimposed?
It could be. It looks like it. It looks like someone just downloaded a JPEG and just put it on the court. It doesn't look that great. And that would have been an insane shot. God. Burned my hand. Papa J in the house. Miami Dave in the house. Strawberry in the house. Crazy Juice.
What up, my peeps? Hey, Mimi, Val B, Papa J, what's going on? Strawberry reacts crazy.
Full house.
We out here doing it. Watching some
Let's
good
see how
TV.
this one goes. I fell asleep during game one, thinking the Pacers were out of it. That's the problem, man. That was where you messed up.
Yeah,
Pacers are never out of it.
yeah.
And there we go.
A lot of people thought the Pacers were done, but funny thing happens.
That's what everyone was saying in the when I was watching it live. Everyone was like, this game's boring, man. It's gonna be a blowout. It's over. It was looking like it too. It was looking like it.
It was, but those Pacers would always keep them close. You gotta know. Shea Gilgis Alexander, man, he's just so buttery, man. He's Shea Butter. He's Shea Butter.
He's just so buttery.
He buttery, man. He just jump up on you, and he's got
Oh,
6-7 points already. He's just good.
Let's zoom out here. Show his tab real quick.
Again, I just said you gotta slow down a little bit. And then Jalen Williams gets another turn-off block shot here. This is what I was saying. I can see it in his eyes. He's moving a little too quick, trying to be too forceful and aggressive. You don't see this very often.
Come on, Halliburton. And no, stop. Come on, man. There you go. So far, not bad. Oh, they want to back. Oh, I'm trying to spoil things for you.
You good? You good? Just call it like I like your reactions better. I'll just give you the. Oh, is that a backcourt violation?
That's what I was about to react to. I was like, was that backcourt?
Oh, that was.
I don't know exactly.
Backcourt-ish.
Backcourt. Like, can your leg kind of be? Can your leg?
Oh, that's a foul. Yeah, that was a little. I'm sure they're gonna take another look at that. Let's see what we got here.
What makes a backcourt official? What makes an official backcourt violation?
All of him over the center line, and then to cross back, either to go back and get the ball or to transfer back over to the line. I think he straddled it. That's why it wasn't called a backcourt.
So, like, if his back foot was behind the line, he's fine.
Yeah. You can straddle, but you can't go completely over and then come back to the backcourt.
Oh, well, then I don't think he was completely over.
Yeah.
All right. I thought, like, once the ball crosses, but that makes sense. Steve-O, Pacers by 8, baby. That's the mentality. That's the mentality right there.
The Oklahoma City is favored by 11.5, but it was 17 the first game. So what do the experts know?
11 points?
They are favored by 11. Those are the odds. 11 and a half. And the over-under is 227. 227. So basically they're calling for a 105 to 111 game somewhere here.
Well, it's 227 and they're up by 11. So they're probably predicting a 114. No. I can't add right now. 49ers media in the house.
49ers media, what's up, man? That's Dion.
Well, I like Walter Goggins. He's pretty cool.
I'm looking at a Walmart commercial.
Yeah, the main guy in that's Walter Goggins. He's very, as people would say, he's very hot right now. Where like he's getting all the roles and stuff like that.
It's a good place to be.
Rocket, don't stop it. Kick back and pop it. It's my freestyle.
Right now, Andrew Nimbard is leading scorers with 5, the shooting guard for the Pacers.
Been busy working, so
Logan
haven't
Dort.
been able to make content or go live. That's life, man. That's life. That's life, man. That happens, brother.
Yeah, man.
Do it when you can do it. Build it.
It's a good time to be busy. It's
True.
just OTAs going on.
Now is the time. It's Terradome is spitting hot fire. I got the Pacers, and I did not fall asleep, and I watched it, and I freaked the F out. So, well, if it means anything, Terradome, the scoreboard here is ahead of me on the screen. So,
Oh, yeah.
It kind of spoils it for me.
Nimbard.
All right, Shea Butter, let's see what you got.
He's a lot taller than you think, too. He looks like he's like 6'3", but he's 6'6". Horrible pass.
Foul? I just saw a dude just jump back and take a shot. What are we talking about here, man?
He ain't protesting.
What's a foul? I swear to God, like I told you, man, I don't understand fouls. I'll never understand fouls, dude. It looked like he just jumped back and took a shot, but
Of course, we got to consider camera angles and stuff like that. But when they didn't foul, they will let you know in the NBA. They said no. Here you go. Here's the replay.
What was that? What was
And
the
there
foul?
it is. See the hit on his arm?
No,
He hit his elbow.
Oh. All right. Work on it. Oh, almost. Turn over, takes a shot. Get mad, man.
Great offensive rebound.
Sometimes the flailing just looks so funny, man. It's just kind of like, oh, the flailing sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I just find time though when things
good
start heating
contact.
up. You got to, man. It's the grind, man. It's the grind. Once things
man.
start heating up, man,
You got to make your money.
you can do it. And all that hard work pays off. Feels good. Turnover. Come on, man. What is happening?
Jump. Hold the ball out.
Battling there.
Now here's the deal with the turnovers. Indiana produced a lot of turnovers, or they gave a lot of turnovers up, but Oklahoma City didn't capitalize on all of them. I think it was 20 turnovers last time. But you got to get points off the turnovers. They're more important than points. Nothing is more important than points, but points off turnovers. And
Looks like
Oklahoma City missed out on a lot of opportunities last year.
I think they got 9 out of the 25 turnovers last game, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, but they didn't.
God.
They didn't produce on points. You got to get those points off of it.
And
see,
come on, man. Oh. You got to make those.
All right. Who's that? Caruso with the headband.
Interesting pass there. You playing football? Halliburton thinks he's Brock Purdy.
He wore a jersey. I don't know if he wore it tonight. He wore it.
Oh, my God. Thought Casey had it in the bag. NBA Finals. That's what everyone thought too, man. But like, if I was telling Terradome before the show, it's like if you got If all playoffs you're just popping off like that, and there you go, there we go. What a shot! What a shot!
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Popping
That's
off, man.
very
It's like
pretty.
a trend of just like where you're coming back series after series, man. You cannot count them out. Miss, yes. All right, come on. I actually thought that was gonna go in. It kind of had that vibe. Oh, wide open shot. You better make it. How do you miss that? Oh my god. You know how I feel about open
Yeah,
shots.
I know how you hate a NBA professional who can't hit a wide open three.
It's practically a free throw at that point. You can make difficult shots like that and shit, but like just wide open, no pressure, are you? Like if it sometimes the ball will like bounce off the rim or something like that, like on the inside, it'll pop out. I'm like, okay, it was still technically a good shot. That's just bad luck there. But like hitting the tip of the rim or not even hitting there's certain things where I don't forget.
You can't just brick it up there. Just clang it. It's not even close.
Bro's holding him. Take him on a date first, damn. I'm rooting for the Pacers since they got Mathurin and McConnell, who went to my alma mater. I know we're talking about Cars, the movie Cars. That's crazy.
Toe Mater. It's a classic. Cars.
It is classic. It's definitely not a classic for sure. Just aged me. You just aged me by a lot right there, calling it a classic.
Sometimes the classics instantly. When it just has that much appeal, it don't take much. It just, widespread appeal, characters you remember, you're gonna be a classic.
Hey, bang! Okay, I like that, dude. Hitting that corner shot. Hitting those corner shots, man, it's crazy. Hey, Shaq Xander not doing his thing, man. All right, Halliburton. Oh, what a block! What a block.
Yeah, he took that on out to the front, the cheap seats.
Isn't that Czech guy a former
the
first
front row?
overall pick?
They got 7 foot, man. That's a tall dude.
Isn't he a former first overall pick? That Czech guy?
Let me see
He's
here.
former first overall.
Chet Holmgren, center, 7'1", out of Gonzaga. Pick round 1, pick 2. He was a 2.
Who got picked ahead of him? You know?
I don't know. So it had to be somebody good in 2022.
Imminent. Yeah, onshore that
Paulo Panchero.
Paulo Panchero. Never heard of that guy. Sounds like a bust.
Came out of Duke. And then after Chet Holmgren was Jabari Smith, Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin. Yeah, a bunch of new names. They got a 12th round pick, or number 12 overall, Jalen Williams. He's shooting guard on Oklahoma City. A lot of these guys. See, the NBA only has 2 rounds. Andrew Neighbor was in that draft too. He was a number 2 pick overall. He's with Indiana.
Oh my God! You know what?
What's up?
I forgot to update the layouts this entire time. We haven't been doing that. The layout's been different the entire time. All right, so let's see if I fix the layout. All right, there we go. All right, it's been fixed. Okay, there we go. All right. This entire time I thought we were in the middle. Oh, because I watched the clip on my phone right here to make sure I see all the chats, and it just looked funky. And I was like, that's not right. That's not the layout we're in. And then, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Halo has been good for the Magic. Andrew
Elo.
Numhard got his brother in this draft. Did he? Was he?
Probably did. Has a lot of nepotism in the NBA. I don't want to say nepotism. I mean, it's in the genes. If somebody's good,
I
they
was gonna
good.
say, like it's in the blood, man. Sometimes in football,
Yeah, you know,
it's in the blood.
it's too many Bosas. One Bosa got another Bosa in the draft, you could say, but they both are, you know, kind of cut from the same cloth there, Bubby. Mister.
That one guy, the McConnell guy, that one white boy, he's a nice passer. He's a pretty good passer.
Oh yeah.
And every time they leave him wide open, man, he's usually good for 1-3. So for as a bench player, he's really not that bad.
And it's always the it's always the dagger three. It's an important three, is what it is. So that's timely. You always want to be timely.
I can't stand how all you all are pronouncing these names. Shake my head.
Who, Shea Butter? Oh, who's
Shea
that?
Butter, Numhard.
Nemhard, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner,
Hallway,
Benedict
Berton.
Mathurin. I could be messing up. Aaron Naismith, you know. It's not as bad as is that backcourt?
Oh, come on. Oh yeah, I guess that is.
Yeah, he's fully in front. Oh, heels on it. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I was gonna say like that. I thought it was the first, like that first. I was like, okay, now you're just being picky as shit.
That eye in the sky don't lie.
McConnell, what you got, buddy? Pass.
Let me go downstairs. I'm gonna run downstairs, see what this dog is barking about.
Oh! Sorry, what's that?
I'm gonna run downstairs, see what the dog barking about.
Okay, make sure it's no intruder, man. What a shot! What a shot! These games are tight. Oh, come on, Hallie Burton. Mathurin and Palo. Is that how I pronounce it? I'm pretty sure it's Mathurin and Palo. Come on, dude. This game is toy like a toyer. Foul. So TJ McConnell, Mathurin, Halo. Tyrese Holly Burton. Holly Burton. Holly Burton. What a poo shot, man. Miss. Oh, my God. Yes. You missed. McConnell. And, oh, you got wide open three, dude. Wide open three, man. You should be missing those. Look at all these turnovers. Give up, man. I am live on my channel right freaking fracking now, man. I am live right now. I'm hosting. Toasted. Boasted.
There he is, the hostess with the mostest.
Final minute. Tight game. Interesting pass to a wide open. Dude. All right. Get those 3 points back.
Bang.
Come on, McConnell.
49 seconds left.
You're going to be wide open here, man. Come on, McConnell. Chet is on this tiny-ass white boy. And he missed. Guys, come on, bro.
That's your guy, too. Is that McDonald? McConnell?
Whoa.
Whoa, Shea Butter. Oh, didn't make
7'1" on that 6 foot guy.
McConnell, yeah. He can get separation, too.
I appreciate it, media. Appreciate it. And every time you watch an ad, just know I get like 1 penny. So I appreciate that.
Ellison, by all means, please come and tell us about the game within the game. He's an official basketball heart.
Red Jet in the house. Do you all even know what y'all are watching? The game within the game?
We have no idea.
Dude.
We're just, we've never seen this game before. I thought they do it with peach buckets.
Man, we're watching the arcade within the game. Okay.
We so far into the game, it don't even look like we at the game.
The pregame within the game of the game. I got ads on my stream, which helps me out. It helps me out.
Get that paper.
Get that paper, man. Get that penny.
Paper boy, all about that paper boy.
Every penny counts.
So we had 26-20 leading score for Indianapolis. Or Indiana. I'm sorry, Indiana. I keep saying Indianapolis. I think I put it on the board there. Leading score right now is Andrew Nembhard. And on Oklahoma City, you're looking at Chet Holmgren. Big Chet, 7'1". Gonzaga Zag. I just all I can remember really is one turnover, right?
There's been a couple, I think. It's just as missed shots don't count, right?
They turned it over, but they didn't get the points off of it that I remember. With the Pacers turned it over. Oklahoma City ran a fast break, and I think that, it was just a little bit of a scrum down there, and eventually missed a shot, and they started the other way. So that doesn't really count. You got to get those points off the turnovers. Again, that's what built them.
I mean, they've gone for like 3 or 4 straight threes and they've missed 4 in a row so far.
They put up some threes now. They will do that.
Is this new or something? Never going to get gotten ads on yours. I started ads on. I really don't know when I started. I want to say April.
How often do they come up?
What's that?
How often do the ads come up?
I have it on conservative this time because a lot of people didn't like the fact that it happened every 8 minutes, which was you have 3 options. You have frequent, which is like every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Then there's balance, which is every 8 minutes, and then conservative is every 12 minutes. So I have it on conservative right now. But I think ever since April, I've been doing ads.
Okay, cool.
Steve-O, I gotta make that buck, man. You make the buck by getting those ads.
Paperboy is all about that paperboy. You gotta make
even Mr. Pig in the Pickle has ads, man. All right, Pig in the Pickle has ads. All right,
and Quarter Madero.
I almost have that memorized, man.
You have to. He says it all the time. Larry's like a NASCAR guy with all the sponsors. You can get it. They'll serving from 11 until they're gone, and go ahead because they do sell out. He's like a used car salesman. I dealt with a used car salesman named Larry too. He sells lemons.
It's in the name, man. The scream salesman. Oh, that would have been a crazy 3. That would have been a tough shot. That would have been a tough shot.
Planes.
Oh, you should get nice. White boy. All right, you guys got to start scoring, man. You're down by 8. You got to get something going here. Yeah, let McConnell shoot it. There you go. There you go. See, he always gives you 1, man.
There it is. That's
gives you 1.
The magic. Magic McConnell. He good for 1.
I think he reads the scripts for some of them, but like he's got the sports cards and collectibles one down, and then he's got Pig and a Pickle down. He's got a lot of ads, man. But I don't blame him to get its money. That's cash. Like he's got a lot of ads, man.
Hey, man, if that's your hustle, that's your grind. Hey, you do what you got to do, man. You know, I ain't mad at you.
He's got like bed. He's got the bed ad. He's got the learn keys ad. He's got it all, man. Oh, yeah, he missed. Oh, he made it?
Caruso. Oh, he missed that.
He made it?
No, Caruso? No, he got blocked. That was they call goaltending.
That's goaltending?
Yeah, you can't hit it. You can't hit it after it hits the backboard.
Come on, guys.
And 1.
Letting it slip.
Oh, they call offense.
No matter the drip. Drinking Dr. Pip.
Look at you. You just. Oh, yeah. That's offensive. He was playing it.
Come on. Come on. There you go. All right. Okay. Let's get things going. Let's get things moving.
That was foul, too. And he didn't know.
Oh, McKinnell with the pick. McConnell, I mean. McKinnell. There you go. All right.
Way to drive underneath.
Look at Brock Purdy make a pick. Caruso's going to miss this. Oh, and I knew it. Missed that. Miss. Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Don't turn it over.
That was beautiful.
All right. Take the shot, McConnell. He's daring you. Oh, my gosh. That would have been incredible if he actually made that, man.
There'll be other opportunities.
If he made that three, man, that would have been a sick sequence.
I think it actually would have been a 2. His forward foot was in front of the line when he took off, but a deep shot nonetheless. Pause.
Pulling it, KD.
OKC will even the series tonight. Red Jet is predicting with her prognostication. Red Jet, what you out there in that purple? That purple look good on you, Red Jet. Remind me of the Lakers. I'm just saying, Terror Dome, yo. Nice part about basketball is the game doesn't really count until the fourth quarter, fourth minute in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I started really paying attention to that. Whatever that score is at 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, it's starting to give me whatever vibes I see right then and there. But as we learned in game 1, obviously the Pacers don't care. They are going to put it up and close on your deal. Normally, and I was giving Wolfie the stat, it was 0 in 182 in playoff games in finals where that score, that being ahead by that much within 2 minutes, was an almost certainty for the team to win that was ahead. But now the official stat is 1 in 182 due to Mr. Halliburton.
Pacers just doing their thing, man. Looking good.
Hey, scrappy team,
that 4
man.
minutes thing.
You can't. I love team play. They get down with team play. Oklahoma City too, as well. Great teams. And that's one thing about basketball. You can't say it was just that was just a luck game that just happened. They break it down into series, and over the period of a 7-game series, the better team is going to win. Granted, if injuries or something plays into it, if you get a game here on a luck play, it'll nullify on the other side with a luck play. And you're going to know after 7 games, for somebody to beat you 4 out of those 7, you're the better team.
Speaking of 4 games, I'm gonna end up going live for the NHL Stanley Cup Finals.
Did they play last night too? I didn't catch it last night. I caught game 1, and that was longer than Hiawatha. What's the series now? Edmonton, is it 2-0 or?
It's 1-1. It's tied.
Okay, cool.
Florida won in double overtime. Went into double overtime. It was like a breakaway, and then like the guy got hit, took the shot, and the puck went underneath the goalie's legs, and it was a score. I was really upset about that, man. I was like, oh my God, Edmonton need to win that.
Yeah, you pull it for Edmonton, yeah.
I'm pulling them hard, man, because like, I mean, it's not only that, it's the fact that like they scored with 30 seconds left to tie it up to go into overtime. So at that point, you're like, okay, you did all that hard work to get back into it, to tie the game. Now you got to finish, and they didn't finish. So it just kind of hurt more.
You had momentum.
Yeah.
Ellison's got a stat here: 12-point lead with a little over 4 minutes left in the game. The game is never over. Way too much time left.
Come on.
That was a big part of the final game 1.
All right, Brock. Good throw. Good throw.
Oh.
Come on, man. You got to make those threes, dude. You got to make those threes. I'm so like, you're like 0 for like 20 right now.
it ain't that bad, man.
And they hit the threes, dude. Okay, come on.
Indiana's now 35% from three, while Oklahoma City's only 38.
Come on, McConnell. Smart. Oh, smart, Brock.
We've seen him as a primary. Now he's sneaking out in transition.
Oh, no. 12 points. Up 12 points with 4 minutes left is a lot. That's a lot, dude. Like, I know it's still like time to come back. Obviously, Vader's done it, but like it can't be common you come back from that.
It's not. It really isn't. It's very rare, but everything can happen. I mean, you got exceptions to policy on anything, but just rolling the odds. If you roll 5 times in a row, the odds are against you to hit the 7 the next time. It just it don't mean it's impossible. You can roll 6, 7, 8, 9, but just probability and statistics. I had to take that class in college, junior year. Just play the odds.
What? Oh, you missed! Stop missing shots, dude.
And not get the rebound. You want second chance points.
They keep missing like everything, dude. Wide open shots, crazy fun little shots.
They need to take a time out and think about some things. Right now, points in the paint. Oklahoma City is 18 to Indianapolis is 4. Second chance points. Oklahoma City's got them all. 4 to Indiana 0. And on fast break points, they're doubling them 4 to 2. So it's just looking pretty good statistically. Right now, a snapshot is what I have for you. It doesn't mean that the game is over, Ellis.
Oh, definitely not.
It don't mean it don't matter he's going to win. We just giving the snapshot and the statistical value of said snapshot. That's all we get. Here for you.
Keep missing 2-point shots, too.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren is down low doing some things, man. He got the points, 11 points right now. Tall guy. I didn't know he was that. I knew he was gangly. I didn't know he was that tall. 7'1".
All right, so I just asked AI, and AI, according to ScienceDirect.com, says in the NBA, it's quite rare for a team to win a game when they're down 12 points with 4 minutes left. While comebacks happen, overcoming such a large deficit in that little time is statistically unusual.
It is, but it does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. Nick Chubb to the Houston Texans. Did you hear about that, Terry?
I saw some information. It flashed real quick. The banner on NFL, something about Nick Chubb. He's going to Texans. That's a good pickup, if so.
Yeah, if he could be
anywhere near
Mixon and Chubb,
that ain't who you want to play.
That's got some potential, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it does.
That's got some potential. But it does happen. I knew it happens, but you said that in the NBA it's more common than you think. It's literally quite rare. Let's go with the internet subject. But I do believe it happens. Yes, it's true. But I think that O-line, though, for the Texans is a concern. can, because that O-line's bad. They got rid of Tunsil. I think they drafted an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
You know,
They did.
but yeah, it really depends upon that offensive line. And is CJ Stroud going to be able to overcome that offensive line as well? He's got no offensive weapons.
This is why you're gonna make them bucks. Everybody says, hey, you got to do it without this and do it without that. Okay.
Well, he's got Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins from in the draft. Then he's got Nico Collins, and then these two running backs. The offensive line is going to be important.
Very much so. Always is. Nice.
Chet wide open, steps up, miss. That's what I thought. I knew you wanted to miss. What is that throw? What are you doing, Burton?
That little lob is never a good thing when you got outnumbered jerseys around.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's like trying to throw it into double coverage. Shea Butter.
Come on, Halliburton. He's gonna shoot a three. He wants that three. Dude.
Oh, that's out on goal.
What's his name needs to figure it out, man. Pacers need to figure it out, dude. They're not scoring. They have opportunities, man, and they're with mistakes they're making. What's a foul, dude?
And
Brock better than Stroud, by the way. He has more yards, more total touchdowns, better completion rate, and he played in a worse team in less games. Hey, you're not gonna argue with you on that one. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. I think Brock's between a 10 and 6 quarterback in the league.
It's my guy.
There's only 5 quarterbacks for a fact I would take over Brock.
And they are?
Starting off with 1, Mahomes, obviously. Allen, Lamar, Joe Burrow. And this one's going to probably piss people off, but I see him do it. He's clutch. He's fantastic. He elevates his team. He's just really good. And apparently this is a hot take too. But Matthew Stafford.
He does have the Super Bowl, and he is effective. When he plays us, he gets on this game, man. He's nice.
He's really good. Jaden Daniels, I don't rank rookies. I need to see more from him. I don't rank those.
Nice.
But I love his potential. If he could do it again, probably him.
He's a very good quarterback. Very good talent. There's a turnover. Are you going to get the points off it, though?
Bro.
Oh.
They're getting smacked. Pacers are getting freaking smacked, dude. They gotta start. They're just not scoring is the thing. Like, if they could just hit these twos that like stop hitting the rim and bouncing off, they just need to be better at that.
It's kind of like baseball, man. You need some shot. Just run some plays, see the ball go into the basket a few times, then get to your mid-range, and then go ahead and get those threes. Just get the easy shots. Just let it go through the basket a couple times and get a couple stops. Momentum shifts like that. Momentum is a hoe. It does not care. It is here for whatever it's here for. Momentum does not care. And hoes ain't loyal. Game one, OKC was up 15 with 9:42 left in the fourth.
Yeah, but there's
There's a fun fact there. Thank you there, Regette. Juan says time for Halliburton to score 30 points in the fourth quarter, which he has. Watch yourself. Stafford's going to the Hall. Yes.
Yeah, he's going Hall of Fame.
Yeah. He got great numbers. I remember Rob Parker used to call him Stat Padford because he used to get so many what they call empty calories. Detroit would be out of it, but he would still be zinging that ball, and he put up a great deal of numbers back then. So that coupled with some of his wins, the Super Bowl, and his postseason play, yeah, I see him going into the Hall eventually. All depending on the class.
Stafford's the best QB in the division. I would say so. I agree with that.
Yeah, he'll carve you up. Him and that Puka Nakua, and then they got who they bring in?
Adams.
Devontae. Yeah, Devontae was my best receiver in the game. 6-7 years removed. Oh, turnover. What did he do there? Truck.
What did he do?
He must have doubled. Miles Truck Turner.
Lord.
What they call a legal screen.
Nice. You better turn this into points. That's what I thought. Jeez.
Good reverse.
How did it become a blowout all of a sudden? It's because you left. Onshore, it's because you left. It's because you left. That's why, man. Now you got to stay. Miss! Miss this three! Yeah, you suck! Backcourt, there we go, turnover. Okay. Comeback time, baby. Comeback time. You all need to stop leaving. That's why we're losing, because you guys are leaving.
Will be funny.
You guys want the Pacers to lose. That's crazy. God, I burned my finger. And yeah, there we go. Okay, 3-point play, baby. 3-point play.
Pascal Siakam. I the captain now.
They're down 18.
Put some English on that one too. A little English.
There you go. Down 18. Let's go. All right, Caruso. Turn the ball over. You know you want to. You know you're thinking about it. There you go. Oh, and now he goes out of bounds.
The Pacers be scrapping.
Come on, time to make some plays. Time to make a comeback here. Miss it, Chet. That's what I thought. All right,
yeah, Chet need to get that shot up, man.
Ooh, no, barely. Okay.
Need to get like Teddy
Pendergrass. Down 16. Miss this shit. That's what I thought. Make it.
Cold.
Let's go, baby. There we go. All right, we're back in it. 13.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nice shot.
That was a good run. That was a good run.
That's all it takes. Just a couple more of those. Long game, plenty of time. Momentum is a hoe. And these hoes ain't loyal. ER. BA posted some more cryptic messages, including I need my chicken.
What?
I need my chicken for I even think about walking through and trying to play corner for real. All right.
You talking about? Who you talking about? Jalen Ramsey?
Brandon Ayuk posted a cryptic message on the Instagram, and it said a message saying, I need my chicken before I even think about walking through, and I'm trying to play corner for real. BA trying to play cornerback?
On Instagram?
Yeah. And apparently he wants his money. That is Ebonics for chicken. Give me my chicken. And Dexter down there barking. Hold on again, man.
What do you say that on Instagram or YouTube?
Yeah, BA need to stay off Instagram, man. Just play ball, just rehab and get better, and come on out there and play, man. Don't mess around on the Instagram and the space, MySpace, Facebook, Snapchat. You know, just stop it.
They got their two back.
With the 439.
Up. Did Papa J and Anshul leave? Now all of a sudden they're scoring. They just scored 3. You guys left, didn't you? You guys left, didn't you?
Oh, bang.
Dude! Bruh!
Turn it over again.
We got it. Okay.
That's around Caruso coming off.
The entire lead, man. Foul. All right, you guys are still here? Okay. I'm like over here like blaming you guys and shit. He posted on YouTube. I need my chicken before I even think about walking through. Well, hey, buddy, you got your chicken. I'm trying to play corner for real.
That would be talking about.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. That's just saying, like, he probably thinks he could play corner, so he's just saying that.
Yeah. But leave that for what's my man name? Travis Hunter. Get out there. Get out there and tear something else up.
I don't think it means anything, to be honest.
It usually doesn't, but
because I need my chicken before I even think about walking through community. Like
59.
He's got his money, so come on, man! You better make that. You bum! Straight bum, dude.
I called the man a bum. He's a bum.
Y'all need to make some plays. Get up, man. Get back in the play.
Nice.
Dude. Take the three again, man. You had that guy over the court. This is Detroit, man. It's the Super Bowl. Come on, man. You got to score. And they've been down this road before. I made a comeback, but geez, now when you're playing sloppy like that, dude, God. Well, if you miss your next free throw, dude, I swear. I swear if you miss this free throw, man. Okay, good. Okay. All right. I was like, don't you miss both. You get one pass. Okay. And stop missing threes.
Right.
It's like there's a Jedi in the stands that's making them just like not even like hit the backboard or like the back end of the rim. They're hitting the tip of it, like literally the tip of the rim every time, or they airball it right next to it. They can't even. It's like, what are you aiming for?
Legs might be a little tired there. When they start coming up short, this indication your legs a little tired.
God.
Terradome, have my permission to share the video on IG? I certainly will.
Maybe he literally means chicken. That's possible.
That's chicken.
Possible.
Get that chicken. Wookie, please watch my video on IG during the Detroit San Francisco game. Terradome knows what it. Yeah. You should have seen that.
Right now it'd be it'd be number one. Right now it'd be number one.
She broke the sound barrier on that one with her screaming.
Yeah,
that was a good win.
That was a great win.
Leading all scores is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 15. Chet Holmgren has 11, and a lot of his were in the paint. He's 5 of 8. Indication of some high percentage. He done shot some threes, and they just look horrible. On the Indiana Pacers side of the game, Siakam is leading score, tied with Andrew Nembhard. I hope I'm saying that right. Nembhard. They both have 9 points apiece. Looking at second chance points and points off of turnovers. Where's my stuff at? There it is. Points in the paint. Oklahoma City has 26 to Indiana's 12. Second chance points. Oklahoma City has 4 to Indiana's 1. Fast break points. It's Indiana that has 7, and Oklahoma City only has 4. Both of them shooting relatively okay from the I'll check that. Oklahoma City is shooting 51% from the field goal, while Indiana is only at 34.9 from 3. Both of them are kind of an abysmal 36.8 for Oklahoma City and 31.8 for Indiana. Rebounds are relatively even, 27 for Indiana and 28 for Oklahoma City. And assists are relatively even, with 13 for Indiana and 14 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're getting pretty much done in on points in the paint. Chet Holmgren is having his way down there. more than doubling the output down there in the low post and getting those easy points in the paint, which are just, I know we fallen in love with the three, but the way to make money here is the high percentage shots down low. They layups are always better than threes. Most That's how we came up. I know we've just become enamored with the 3-pointer, but just get the ball in the hole, yo. Just get the ball in the hole. High percentage. What are your thoughts on the first quarter?
First half.
First half, yeah.
It's they're getting opportunities, man. They're just not capitalizing on the situation. OKC is just taking advantage. I just think they're capitalizing more on their opportunities than the Pacers are, and I really think it's not like they're getting nothing but tough shots. OKC is just playing great defense, things of that nature. It just seems to me that Pacers had their opportunities. Same thing. OKC is just taking advantage of those more and actually getting those shots, like the free throws, making within the field is making the difference. While the Pacers with the threes can't get that going, but when they get within the field, obviously they're not getting that done either. And I think this game would be a lot closer if they just get that going. I do think it's more of the Pacers than it is OKC stopping them. It's kind of like they're beating themselves right now. It's like the Pacers are.
Okay.
And they are actually, yeah.
Fair assertion.
What would you do if the Rams won the Super Bowl in Levi's Stadium? I don't really care for that. But I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl, so I'm not too concerned.
That would hurt, though. It would hurt. It would hurt. I wouldn't want to see those Rams.
Well, it's not like the 49ers. If the Rams are in the Super Bowl, it's not like they're facing the 49ers and they win the Super Bowl. Oh no, I don't take that to heart. I know a lot of obviously Terradome does. I see Juan does, but I personally would not. Like, what if the 49ers won in
Levi's?
The
Levi's South.
Yeah, Rams Stadium.
Oh, we would no. Hey man, I guess these folks don't come on your channel, man. It's these dudes, Ramelia and dad going what's his name? Steve Everett the Great, or what's Jim Everett the Great, whatever his name is. Hey man, they pretty obnoxious, man.
I blocked him already.
Yeah, they obnoxious cats. Yo will give them give them no room. Step on their throats and keep it stepped
things on. As soft as what would you do if the Rams won the Super Bowl in Levi's? That's fine. We talked about it before off stream, where it's like just depends upon how personal it gets. Where it's like if you're just saying basic stuff like that, I don't care. But on a serious note, like I just don't. You're not facing the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and it's just a stadium to me because I don't
want the Rams to win a game, much less a Super Bowl. That's how I feel with it. I don't want the Rams to get nothing. Man, all of them. They real obnoxious and they nasty. Get nothing. That's what I want. Nothing. I don't want them to win a Super Bowl, a playoff game, a regular season game, a preseason game. Nothing. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't want to win anything at all. But it's just more like I've said this before. I don't think home field advantage really actually matters that much as people make it out to be. That I don't think it matters that much. It matters for certain teams where they're so loud that it affects the play of the offense and stuff like that.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I would say it matters, but if you go to Levi's or if you go to Levi's South, you go anywhere else, it don't matter to me because I don't think it really affects anything.
Ellison asked the question: who is better, Roger Craig or Ricky Waters?
Roger Craig.
For me, it's always going to be Roger Craig. Roger Craig so deservedly needs to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I campaign every year for him. I put clips together, send it to everybody, from Matt Mielko to NFL on Twitter, NFL or Pro Football Hall of Fame on Twitter. Man was simply Superman. The man reinvented the position, and it is basically a travesty. There are only 4 members of at running back for the all-decade team of the 1980s, 3 of which are on or in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They are John Riggins, uh, Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson, and Roger Craig. Roger Craig need to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Enough said.
He was the first one to do the 1,000 for 1,000. So I mean, he's got a lot of accolades there, and he was pretty consistent for about 8 years. Yeah, he's up there. He's up there as one of the great running backs, I think.
It's a travesty, man. He should be. He reinvented it. If there was no Roger Craig, there'd be no Marshall Faulk.
I would be genuinely shocked if Frank Gore gets in the Hall of Fame before Roger Craig.
Well,
I would definitely say Frank Gore's not going to make it if Roger Craig's not making it.
It don't go like that. It just go on the year you're eligible, and there are only 3 people who have ran a football in the entire 104 years of the National Football League who have at least 16,000 yards. The other 2 are Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton, and that final one is Frank Gore. And I don't think anybody's going to touch it because how the game has changed and evolved so much to passing and utilizing the running back out of the backfield. I don't think anybody's ever going to be that purebred, rush the ball all the time. Maybe Derrick Henry, but I think he's 8,000 yards short right now. Frank Gore was that dude. He got to go. I call him first ballot Frank.
Yeah, I don't think Derrick Henry is gonna last much longer.
And plus, Frank Gore went to the U. So I'm all about that too. Hey, that's one of mine there.
All right, so Derrick Henry has 11,423 rushing yards. So he's about 6,000.
He 5,000
away or something like that.
5,000 short. Yeah, close to 5,000
away from Frank Gore. Yeah.
So if he have a couple more good years, he needs 3 pretty great years of 1,500 or above. Right? That'd be 3, 4, 5. Yeah. If he get 3 1,500 yard seasons, he'd be there at 16,000. He'd be in that rare air.
I think. Did you hear about the incentive that was offered to Derrick Henry recently?
No. What was the incentive?
He was on the Dan Patrick show, and Dan Patrick told him that if Derrick Henry can get 2,000 yards in the upcoming season, he will be. Dan Patrick says that he would get Derrick Henry in an Adam Sandler movie because Derrick Henry is a big Adam Sandler fan.
Oh, man.
And Adam Sandler actually hit him up like the next day or whatever and told Derrick Henry, not only will I put you in a movie, we'll have dinner together and all that, but you have to reach 2,000 yards. And he's like, all right, bet. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So he's got the incentive now, man. He's got a little extra motivation, but apparently Adam Sandler's like his
I never knew that. Never knew that. I mean, Derrick Henry can be in anybody's movie at any time. It's up to me. All you had to do is let me know. But if that's the incentive he needs, he's definitely set up for it, man. Baltimore does such a great job with their offensive line and rushing the football, man. They're really, really good. Of course, you have to split a little bit from your quarterback, who rushes at a precipitous rate too. But I think that's a welcome thing because you don't want to continue using him in that capacity to
We still got 1,800 something yards with Lamar Jackson and all that. Like,
Yeah,
I think he could do it. I can't. Like, usually, like around this time is when like running backs, take a step back. Everyone thought Derrick Henry was going to take a step back because like the last year in Tennessee, I believe, I could be wrong, didn't do very hot. And so like, okay, maybe I know people were talking about Derrick Henry being washed at that point.
yeah.
He got rejuvenated with the Baltimore Ravens, and I don't see him taking I don't see him falling. I don't see him faltering this year.
I'm just so glad he did not go to the Cowboys as well.
Right.
I thought he was right there in Dallas, and for whatever reason, they just said, "No, we don't need you, Derrick Henry. Screw it." Okay, y'all could be looking for a running back. Baltimore is going to be the number 1 team in the NFL. Juan says.
And if you think about it, it's not
They're
too far
always close. They're always.
it's not too far.
They're the 49ers East. To me, they are a solid organization, good ball players. They're always missing that one element. Could be a drop pass, could be a bad turnover, something like that at the end. And it just fizzles in the postseason, where we fizzle maybe in a Super Bowl or two. But they're a good organization.
It's definitely possible, especially with that, considering the division. Steelers, I don't think are going to do very well. The Bengals, I think we got worse this year. Then you got the Browns. I don't think they're going to do anything. So I think those Ravens are pretty set up.
Oh, I ain't talked to you about Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers. Did you catch that tidbit of news?
Shoot for it. What you got? What you think of it? I think you told me already, but you told me already in the comments. But
I guess it's gonna be all right. He's gonna give you. I looked at his last season with the Jets: 21 touchdowns, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He's gonna have a DK. I think DK Metcalf is there now, so he's gonna have him to throw to. It's a move in the right direction for Pittsburgh, I have to say, because they just been looking for the quarterback, and people like Kenny Pickett ain't it.
It's gonna be better. Like, I will definitely say it's better than Mason Rudolph. Like, I would definitely say
it's Mason
the
Rudolph.
option they had left. I would definitely agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
But that division I think is just faltering, and I think the Steelers, man, what it did for me, and I already made a video on it, was that it just made me think, okay, Steelers, this is gonna be the year where Tomlin's not gonna have a winning record, and then once they sign Aaron Rodgers, like, okay, that's good enough to go about 9-8. I could see that because Tomlin's, I think, is a good coach. Can take, every year you think their team is bad, doesn't have enough, and suddenly they have enough, and they make it to the wild card somehow.
Yeah.
But when you got a quarterback, I just didn't see it. But now you got Aaron Rodgers. If you got like a 18th, 20th quarterback in the league, I can see him go about 9-8, 10-7, because Tomlin's that good of a coach.
I think Tomlin rolls out of bed with 9 or 10 wins. I think with the addition of Aaron Rodgers, I think he gets that playoff win. I think you bring Aaron Rodgers in for one playoff win. He's gonna get you one playoff win.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because he can get to the playoffs. They have shown they'll get to the playoffs with almost mediocrity at quarterback, but they need that guy that can win a playoff win. And Aaron Rodgers, if he can't do anything else, can win you a playoff game. So that's a step in the right direction for Pittsburgh for me. That's
I guess he's not. I guess with him being the Steelers, and if he goes to the playoffs, he's not facing the Green Bay Packers or the 49ers. So I guess it's possible he can win a playoff game, but every time
he can win a playoff. He'll win a playoff.
I wouldn't say that far. I would say probably wild card. Mike Tomlin does enough to keep his job. Breaks even again. I just don't. Yeah, I didn't think it changed the game a little bit enough.
No, I ain't
The one thing I'm looking
I ain't saying Super Bowl. I ain't saying they're gonna get to the AFC Championship. I'm just saying on Wild Card Weekend, I could see the Pittsburgh Steelers winning a game this time because it got to be better than Cody Pickett and who'd you say Mason Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Come on, guys. Stop making some comeback here. Comeback notice.
We're underway.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's Papa J says, "What do you think of? Do you think Seattle's going to take a step back?" Yeah, I think so. They, unlike the 49ers, they actually got rid of a lot of their players and didn't reload or address those needs they missed. I think they took a step back at quarterback, so that's at least a loss there. So I would say so.
I concur. They didn't have a big, huge talent pool to begin with. You lose Metcalf, you lose. Is Geno there?
Tyler Lockett. They lost Tyler Lockett. They lost Geno Smith.
Okay, yeah. So you're starting over afresh. I respect Coach McDaniels. He's a good coach, but McDonald. I'm sorry, McDonald, and he but you got newness all around and everything. You got to re-get your footing again. So yeah, they're not going to be as formidable this year.
I'd say they take a step back.
Yeah.
So
we should sweep them.
Yeah, I think so. I think unless we have some sort of
and that'd be good because we start with them and we end with them. So
I really do like that placement. I really do like that placement.
Yeah, start on a good note and end on a high note. That's what I'm saying.
Got no receivers is false. Jennings is solid. Pearson looks solid. We have a rookie who's promising. Like Marcus Robinson, BA will return eventually. Yeah, I don't think. And then you got George Kittle, CMC, in the receiving game. I'm not concerned either. If Brock needs 3 all-star wide receivers and George Kittle and all that, then if you got 2 or 3 targets, that's good enough. And you got Kittle, CMC, and you got Pearsall. If not Pearsall, it's going to be DeMarcus Robinson. If not DeMarcus Robinson, it'll end up being Jordan Watkins, who's promising.
And third in Juwan.
Juwan Jennings, right?
I forgot about him. He's gonna be solid, man. Juwan Jennings is gonna give you those targets. He's gonna give you good 50-50 balls. I'd like us to scheme him open a little bit more, as well as some of the other receivers with some mesh routes. But
sorry,
this is what we do. God almighty. Ooh, Shea Butter.
Back down at 20. Don't talk shit about Purdy. Purdy got paid every dollar he deserved, man.
And a relatively good team-friendly deal. It's not hitting the cap like everybody thought. It's like, oh my God, he's gonna take up.
What a shot!
Oh, nice shot. Yeah. He's gonna take up so much of the cap. But he's just gonna hit it for $8 million and I think $20 million next year. It's really, really good and friendly. And everybody's winning.
The only people that think that Purdy's not worth it is if you think Brock Purdy's not a top 10 quarterback. Then I'd see why you think that. But if you don't, if he's a top 10 quarterback, you pay him that money.
Yeah, I'd like to see their answer or who they getting. But I seen some said, "Oh, bring Aaron Rodgers here." Okay.
No, absolutely not.
We would be on Hard Knocks if we brought Aaron Rodgers here.
No, I wouldn't. No, Obama.
It would be must see TV to have Aaron Rodgers and Kyle Shanahan going at it. It's my team. I do what I want to do. No, sir. It's my team. I do what I want to do. The drama would be high stakes.
The thing is, the reason why that Kenny Pickett would not have gone to the Super Bowl with that squad is because the reason why we beat the Green Bay Packers and the Lions is because of Brock Purdy. You're not winning a playoff game because of Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, well, Kenny Wicked Pickett.
I mean, a lot of people want to give Kyle Shanahan a lot of credit until they don't want to give him credit. So it's either like he's the greatest mastermind of all time to fit their narrative. Oh, any team could win with that team. But then when they're not talking about that, he's the worst coach ever. He's not that great. He's overrated. It's Kyle Shanahan is whoever you need to be to fit your narrative when people talk shit about the Niners.
Oh, you forgot the ball there, buddy.
Shot.
Hey, he's missing that.
Down 19. Well, if you think Brock's a backup quarterback, then of course you're not going to think he's worth the money.
I'll take that back up. I'll take him and Tanner Mordecai. You ever hear how Larry likes Tanner Mordecai?
Loves Tanner Mordecai.
Yeah. Oh, this guy, Tanner Mordecai. He can run. He can jump. You got to watch it because Larry was crazy about Brock, man. Larry said, hey, he got a quarterback out there, man.
I like the hype bomb, too.
This guy can do it.
Said Jimmy was a backup, not Brock. Okay. Yeah, Jimmy was never a reason why we won a playoff game. We won in spite of Jimmy, not because of Jimmy. Brock we won playoff games because of Brock. Yeah, he's been right about Brock from the start.
This piece of crap.
Yeah, man. All right. Down 17 points.
Plenty of time.
Dude, I hate that guy every time he shoots, man.
Who, Turner?
I don't think he's ever made a good shot. Walker? Is it Walker or Turner?
Turner's the tall one with the headband and the long dreads or braids or twist, wrap. Whatever.
He goes up to he either fouls every time he tries to go for a layup. He can't make that layup. Like, he's driving me. I seen him make a couple shots, but like he's very inconsistent. I'm guessing he's just supposed to be like the big man that stops shots. He's got to be like the defense guy because, Lord, every time
what'd you say? Whoopie Lord, this guy. He's got 12 points. He's leading the Pacers right now. Turner.
How many
misses?
Or how many points?
Field goals attempted 9. Field goals made 4. 4 3-point attempts, 1 made. 25%. He a quarter in there. 44%. Yeah, all right. He just missed a couple gimmies. Actually, it was Mike Shanahan. He told Mike Silver before week 1, Chicago, Trey's first start as a QB, that you don't let a player like Brock out of your building. Wow. Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I want to see what Tanner Mordecai does, man. With all the glazing from Larry Krueger, I have to see what this Tanner Mordecai, dude.
Larry Krueger seems to think, and we're slighting Larry because he's out there and he's with the team. He interviews the team. He's pretty objectionable, but he thinks that Tanner Mordecai could play in with the second chair. He could be the second string, making a bump back for Mac Jones, and then we may deal Mac Jones to someone else, possibly Indianapolis. And this is clearly a theory, a far-fetched one at that. I think Mac Jones is going to settle in. He's new to it all, and
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's non-padded, no pressure, no nothing. Yeah. He's still learning the offense and stuff. Like this is not who he is. All these players aren't. This OTA stuff right now is not what players are right now.
Yeah,
for sure. So it's just you're keeping track of the progress of players. That's all I really do. That's all you really do. Of what these players are.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the finished product. You're just looking at movement. Who's responsive? Who's quick? Who came in shape? Who if he's falling over in OTAs is not a good indication. He seems to be real impressed with the offensive lineman Austin Pleasance. They're crazy about Pleasance, man. They really think this guy.
I was on that guy, man.
You was on him? Okay.
One. You can ask 49ers media. We had a whole show where he's like, we signed Austin Pleasance. And I was like, hey, don't doubt him, man. He's actually looks pretty good. And he goes, yeah, right. I'm gonna go look at his PFF.
It was Austin Pleasance.
Yeah. He literally said, I'll never forget it, because he goes, let's see if Austin Pleasance is pleasant.
I like that. I
was like, he is, man. He's pleasantly good, actually.
He's good. He's good. Well,
oh my God.
He's in shape. He's moving really well. Larry's saying he looks like he belongs. He's turning heads for whatever reason. He's turning heads.
He might still have McKivitt's job.
Could challenge for it. He's a big guy too. He's like 6'7", 330. He's huge. Yeah, man, he's a big guy.
And if he does, and if Burford is good, because apparently Burford's better at tackling, he is a guard, and if McKivitt's better at guard than he is at tackle. If Pleasance actually turns out to be a good right tackle, you can move Pleasance to right tackle, move McKivitt's to left guard. I think you got a better offensive line. Brendel's still there at the center position.
Brendel's still there. It's like
changed about that.
It's like building around snot. It's you can use cinder blocks, bricks, and everything, but at the nucleus here, we got snot. Oh, good movement.
There's nothing you can do about that. So we're just talking. So the only thing we're acknowledging right now is the 2 tackle spots and the 2 guard spots.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we can talk about.
Because Brendel is in there. He's not going anywhere. I have stopped asking. Quit asking. Brendel's gone. Brendel's here. He's here to stay.
Fuck!
Caruso. Bang.
I'm actually my next video that I'm gonna make is me just being relatively bummed about the Brendel thing. That's the next video I'm gonna make. Just go off about it. I'm gonna be like, hey, it could be worse. There's still some good that came from the off season, but I'm definitely gonna be like negative about that. I'll make a video on it.
Yeah.
Dieter and Larry are actually optimistic about the O-line. I heard Dieter says that I'm not a fan. I'm not a Dieter fan. I usually don't agree with his takes. He says that Dieter says that the Niners offensive line is going to be top 5 in the league.
If the Niners offensive line is top 5, we're going to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 110%.
We are get your tickets to Santa Clara. We're gonna be in the Super Bowl if we got a top 5 offensive line. I'm telling you right here and now. Yeah, we're good. We are 100% good. Get your tickets, book it. But I don't think we are. I think we at best 12,
Why
maybe.
would you think the offensive line got better? Who did we get that would change the game? Suddenly make
Yeah,
it better. You still have
yeah.
Chris Forrester. You have question marks at the left guard. You still have Trent at the left tackle. You have McKivitz at right tackle. What changed entirely to suddenly make it a top 5 O line? That doesn't make any sense at all.
We got some depth pieces, so if anything were to happen, I think we could sustain a little bit. But you still got Brendo there, and
Yeah, but like
you
depth
know,
is depth, but it's starting position, right? Like
yeah. But,
starting position changed. Like so, it's like I don't understand the logic in that. I think it's gonna
unless they giving credit for
top 5.
the continuity of a line being playing together, and that's supposedly better. But you can have 4 sorry guys and playing together. Oh, another bang. Playing together, but nonetheless, you just got 4 sorry guys with seniority. And it's not sorry guys. I love Pooney was a Pro Bowl snub. I was tracking Pooney all year last year, and he was constantly in the top 6 to 8 of offensive guards in the National Football League. And you have 8 guards at the Pro Bowl, 4 on the AFC and 4 on the NFC, and they kind of snubbed them out. Of course, he did fade a little bit towards the end because rookies normally do that. They used to playing 12. They used to playing 10 to 12 games a year, and that 17 gets a little strong for him.
Well, that Bills game, he had 3 holds. I think he had 3 penalties in the Bills game. I think Cooney did.
And that was towards the back end of the season, So it's just a rookie thing. They're gonna peter a little bit towards the end. They just have to pause, but they peter a little bit at the end, or they diminish. I should say a better word, diminish, because the pause police probably out here.
Did we have depth last year in O-line? I don't think we did. We had to pick up people from the McDonald's drive-through last year.
Yeah, it definitely did.
We had depth at all. Because Steve-O says most said we had no depth, no O-line depth last year also, and we're wrong. We had no depth.
No.
What are you talking about?
We had
we did have no depth. We didn't have depth. What are you talking about? That's true.
We had death.
You think we had depth last year in offensive line?
I said death. TH.
Oh, death. Okay.
When Trent went down, we were all worried. Barch was a welcome surprise, but I think he played a game and a half.
He played a game and a half, and that was it. And
yeah,
that's not enough to be considered that you were there as depth, or declare you as this is who you are.
Yeah, this the new guy here, but
you gotta make those shots, man.
Yeah, they cold as ice. Let me see their percentage.
You're down.
Let me see the percentage here. Let me see the percentage.
Balls.
They are 30. They still 37%, 37.5, man. It's a bad shooting night, and they're only 32% from 3. You're in those 30s, man. That ain't good. Particularly when the team opposing is 53% from the field and 41% from 3. But if they get to the line, they 76%. So this is saying just get to the line, then, dude. Stop them threes and just get to the line. And it slows the game.
I think Dieter said that Trent will be better with the full off season. I mean, he could be good. That's true. Pooty will be better. We'll see. Sophomore slump. We don't know. We'll see about that. Barch will be good. Can he stay healthy for the entire season? McKivitz will be good as he's been playing for a contract. We'll see about that. He's had one good year so far next to Pooney as he's playing for a contract, and both guards will improve Brendel. But does that scream to you top 5? You're talking Eagles, Ravens,
Right.
Bills, Cowboys. That's top 5.
Yeah, man.
Line.
Top 5.
That is
The Bears made
overhyped,
the
dude.
Bears drafted and free agent moved a great deal this year. You know, I'm interested in seeing that. You got to deal with,
yeah,
man.
They got all stars except for I think left tackle is their biggest issue right now.
Which is a big issue.
It is.
That's the one you don't want.
Oh,
he got stripped. Oh.
Let's go free throw merchant. I'm not saying top. I would say if you wanted to say top 10, okay, I'd be like, all right, maybe that's possible. It could be better that way. You still got Brendel at the middle. The top 5, I think that's without actually drafting or signing any big free agent to kind of change anything, and you're asking things to just be better. That's just bold.
Yeah,
I don't know. Especially as McKivitz turns 30, Brendel's getting older. He's going to be 32 or 33 or something. Trent's getting older, 37. And Ben Barch can't say. I think just too many question marks to even say top 5 is crazy, dude. That is actually crazy.
It's rather ambitious, is what I'll say. It's rather ambitious. If it happens, great. I'm all for it. We're going to be in the Super Bowl, but we got some wade points to hit before we get to that final destination. And if anything, Brendel's going to bring down the curve.
I would say that the depth this year is better, but the starting positions what matters here. If you're talking about entering top 5 positions, top 5 offensive line, depth sure is better, but that doesn't automatically make your starters suddenly all pros and Pro Bowlers and shit like that. Depth's nice. Like it's good to have depth DNs, but none of them are starters. Like, I don't know. That's a crazy hot take. I mean, Dieter also said that he said that Ashton Genty would not be drafted in the first round.
Well, now
that at one point.
Now it's like consider the source. Consider the source. Yeah, Dietz got a little something with him, but I like Dietz, man. I hear him online, and he makes his points well. He does. But come on, Dietz. It's a little ambitious. That's all. He's optimistic, and he's been out there looking at him. Maybe he's seeing something we can't see because we haven't seen. But if he's feeling good with the movement and that, hey, go for it. I gotta see that in motion.
Don't give up on the Pacers. I won't.
Nope, I mean, it's not. They cut into it's not 20 points anymore. It's a little less than that. It's 18. So
when they're down 14 at some point in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah.
Like so really
you got to beat 14. You got to get to 100 and keep them at 75. Because these guys will just say, they wake up at, get the Gatorade at the fourth quarter and be like, you know what? It's time to start playing. And things turn around. Theater is a pompous arse. I trust Dieter's judgment on O-line because he used to play O-line. Same with Brad Graham. I like Brad Graham too. I really do. Brad Graham really breaks it down. He's a good dude. I feel like they know what they're looking at more than me. And I played offensive line as well. Strawberry reacts, and I'll throw myself in. I'll throw my hat in there. I played linebacker. I'll throw my hat in there. As a matter of fact, when I played guard, the way I used to call plays because the way we did it, it was a system of bringing the guards in with the play. So, and that's where my prowess really began on play calling. The coach would give me the play, run it into the quarterback. We didn't have the helmets and all that good stuff with the technology and stuff, or those big signs that they use in college. You remember those big with like a picture of Pee Wee Herman and a color and a car or something? That didn't exist. You used to bring it in with your guards. Some teams used a slot receiver or somebody who was interchangeable from down to down, but sometimes you weren't in the slot. You didn't go 3 receiver. You would always have to have a guard on the field, so you would run in and out with the pulling guards.
Yeah, I think if we have a top 5 offensive line, then yeah, we're definitely going to Super Bowl because that's our biggest weakness. Like our offense is going, we're going to be scoring 30+ points on average. You know, but I don't know how you magically just become at best a top 16, 16th rank. The best ranking I've ever seen of our offensive line was 16.
That's going to be a great worst to first. I think we were 24th in terms of PFF last year. Finished that way, 24th or 20th, one of the two. To get all the way up to 5 or 4, that's a big turnaround. That's a huge turnaround. It's just ambitious. And it could happen. I'd like it to happen. Oh, he just gunned it. An air ball.
Come on.
I don't know. I think that might have been goal. Did he put his hand through the rim? Yeah, come on, man. No, go upstairs. Go upstairs. That's goaltending, dude. You can't do that. Oh, they got away with it.
I just can't score. I just can't score.
You can't do that, dude. They got away with what? I think he put his hand through the rim. I thought he did. The lead is 20.
Come on, baby. There we go. Let's go, white boy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. 18 points, baby. We can make a comeback. We can do it. We can do it.
McConnell can play.
I'm not like I don't think Dieter's a bad person or anything like that, but I'm not a fan of his. I know Strawberry likes Dieter and Jake. I like Jake. I like his partner Jake.
I don't think I've ever seen. I usually see Dieter on Larry Krueger.
His partner Jake is he's cool. I like him. But to me, Dieter comes off very prideful and
yeah, I could see that. I could see it.
You know,
a little
right, you know, kind of
yeah, a little pretentious or airy, arrogant.
Yeah, I like that, but I don't think he doesn't come off like a bad person that's going to go out of his way and talk shit about somebody else or anything like that. Unlike someone else we know, but
I mean,
it's just not my thing.
The comments expressed by
there you go.
The comments expressed by Wolfie do not necessarily reflect those of Terrador. But I know who he's talking about, so it's all good.
He did. I did watch the banter when Larry and Dieter they'll face off sometimes. I think that's entertaining. So I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like there was I forgot what they were talking about, but I think it was before the draft, and him and Dieter were like, just, oh yeah, well, what's your source? this is my source. Well, you can't say your source. And then, like,
Yeah,
well,
what's
I
your-
can't tell you
name
my
your
source.
source. Name your
It was
source.
like this whole thing, and I thought it was so hilarious.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it went off for like an hour and a half. It was awkward, and you could tell Larry was getting frustrated because, like, he does. I call it the Larry look sometimes, where he's just like, he stares at the screen. He's just like, he just kind of has this, yeah, like his eyes just get all big eyes. Sometimes.
There's that guy, man.
You can see when Larry gets frustrated and he's just trying to be cool with his host.
That's what the people like that. You don't want them having, you just go in and just everybody agrees. Oh yeah, this is this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You need to have some jocularity and some banner, because you're not going to agree on everything. Nobody wants a lockstep. What's called a black hole or a vacuum. You just want to
Echo chamber kind of type thing. Yeah.
Better get that ball up.
It kept me watching, so obviously it worked because it kept me watching. So
yeah.
come on.
Oh. Jump. And the jump.
Right back. Oh shit. I'm right back.
I remember one time, this is from Juan. I remember one time coach was absolutely losing it on Grant because he said Mac Jones was comparable to Brock and coach ain't a homer himself. Yeah. I mean, the guy, Larry can't stand, or Grant is not a Brock fan, nor will he ever be. So this is kind of what they do. All we need is a few 3-pointers. That's what Papa J is saying. I'm thinking he's saying for the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, you're gonna need a couple. You get it to within 9, man. You get it within 10. The world's your oyster. And it's 2 threes makes it 80 to 91. You can make it happen. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, got the rebound.
There you go. Seriously?
Great pass.
Oh, what a block by Brock. Brock,
good hand. Good hand. Good hand.
That's a foul for what? He ran into him.
He was moving. Dr. James Naismith, inventor of basketball. On the 4-man front, I'm going to ask how they make on YouTube so I can judge them. Pay, not production like they going to do to Brock. There you go. Yeah. On the 4-man front. Yeah, the 4-man front. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, ring-a-ding-ding.
Yeah. 4-man front, make them buy, pay, not production, like they're going to do to Brock.
Yeah.
Oh, by pay, not production. Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying. Damn it. Down by 19. We got to change things up here.
Oh.
No, Jesse got into it yesterday.
Who was that?
Jesse from Last Second Sports.
And who else?
It was just him. I got into it with him because.
Oh, okay.
God damn it! Because I posted a thing talking about Grant Cohn most likely bought subscribers, and I showed proof of it. I I went on slingblade.com and it showed like this crazy growth. It showed this crazy growth, and Jesse ends up commenting on my post. I was like, I'm an hater, but I think Grant Cohn, I think he paid for subs. And I gave the information, I gave the evidence why, and I wasn't looking for it. I was just, someone told me in a comment that David Lombardi paid for subs, and I was like, did he? I was like, oh, well, let me just dig into it. I dug into it, and then I didn't see anything with David, and I was like, oh, well, since I have this information, I'm going to check everyone else out. I saw Grant Cohn's, and I was like, holy shit, there's this huge anomaly in October where I compared his – you can go check the post. I had the
it's average all the time and how it's growth.
And it did not add up. It's about 500 times the amount of 1,247 subs in a day on average for a whole entire month. He got like 37,400 subs in 1 month. And that's 1,247 subs a day. And in that month, he had 76,000 views a day on average. Grant Cohn did. I went to go look back in January and February of 2024. I went to go look back at those months because he also had 77,000, 78,000 views. He had 33 subs a day in that January, 17 in that February. But in October, with the same amount of views, he got 1,247 subs on average a day. That doesn't add up. Sorry, 500 times the average of what you would get with that amount of subs.
Wow.
500 times.
Wow.
So he comments on a post saying, oh, he went through AdSense and he got boost from AdSense for paying for to help boost his algorithm.
Okay.
So people see his content more. But his viewership didn't go up. But that doesn't make sense because then if his basic target audience combined with the target sub option, that means his views would go up.
Yeah.
Because you have your basic people who watch your show, give you your average views. Then you have the targeted subs that you gained. That would increase your views as well. That hasn't happened. So he quite literally changed the viewership to sub ratio, which means he paid for subs. He literally paid for subs. And Jesse was like, he did it through AdSense. I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense because this reason. And then Jesse says, I keep track of everyone in the game. I know all the numbers. I know exactly what he did and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, it doesn't add up. Like, if you know all the numbers, then how come his viewership hasn't gone up with those subs? How come that's the same? But his sub count goes up 1,247 a day. That doesn't add up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure I can't say like for truth that he did that because then that would just be like discrimination and stuff. I don't want to get in trouble for saying something like that, but
yeah,
it's so obvious. If you look at the growth of that, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, Wolfie boy, Wolfie out here like 50 Cent. Wolfie calling him out, man.
Well, I told Jesse, like, he's lying.
But you have proof. You have definitive proof. Somebody explain this to me. Hey, it looked like to me. If it looked like a duck, smell like a duck, act like a duck, and quack like a duck.
So it just does. And he's like, just go pay $100 to AdSense, and you'll see your subs go up. I'm gonna go. Okay, well, if my subs go up, I'm expecting my viewership to go up then because I have my basic viewers that I normally get, and then the subs that was targeted that I earned, supposedly, I expect my views to go up because those subs want to watch me more. I should pop up on their feed more, stuff like that. Then I expect that to happen, but it hasn't happened for Grant who did that, so it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
and 1,247 a day.
I got
AdSense can do a lot of things, but it's not giving you 1,247 subs a day.
Let me put that ad.
It's not happening, dude.
I need more AdSense on my diet.
Yeah, so Yeah, and it's literally paying for subs. So he literally just told me that you can legally pay for subs if you wanted to. And it's like that's unethical. I respect people who earn it and stuff, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
$100. It's like Barry Bonds in the Balco scandal. If everybody's on it,
Oh,
and I do better on it, then it's it's fair.
well, it's like you get paid for views, not subs anyway. So it's like, yeah, you can pay for all your subs you want, but if you get the same amount of views, your payment's not going to go up. So you have all these bots subbing to you, but they're not watching you, so you're not getting paid for that. It's really just like an aesthetic almost.
You need views actually for the monetization. Oh,
damn, what a shot! That might have been the dagger. Unless OKC really messes up.
Oh, another turnover.
OKC really has to mess up here.
Oh, he's gonna launch it 3. Oh, he airmails it, or he just drew a brick.
OKC really has to fall apart here. Really fall apart here.
Good no look pass too.
But I'll say one more thing. I didn't tell Jesse why I think he did it. But the reason why I think he did it, he bought subs, was because David Lombardi passed him in subs. I think David Lombardi had like 80,000, and then Grant had like 70-something thousand. And then literally in October, he gets a boost of subscribers and just passes him. And I think that's what happened. Because you know how much they hate each other.
Woo, and won. Yeah. And I could see why. I guess why he wouldn't like David. Who is the other side of the pillow, man. I gotta agree. When he went live as he's skiing down the hill and his wife is filming him, I was like, oh, that's tight. I don't know what you take it to another level skiing while doing a live, man. The dude just got it. Some people just gonna hate on it. I will never hate because I know what it's like to be hated upon. When you got it, you just got it, and they got it. But a lot of people will look at it as we're talking about being pretentious, being more than, and it rubs people the wrong way, some people. But for me, man, I that guy is buttery, man. He's smooth. He's smooth, Dave Lombardi. And he has his stuff together, he has his graphics together, he's ready to go.
Well,
I just like that.
It's getting to a point where they're like David Lombardi's like taking shots at Grant a lot as of late. And I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That their feud is getting a little more crazy as of late.
I'm definitely more on board with Lombardi than
I used to be on board with Lombardi, but I kind of fell out of favor with him. I don't hate him. I don't have animosity toward him like as much as I do the other guy. But I don't know. He doesn't seem very. I guess if you have 80,000 some plus subscribers, and you made it, you're getting paid, you do your thing, and a lot of people respect your opinions. You kind of build like this, I'm smart as shit and I'm the best kind of type vibe. I can see why you developed that, so I don't like condemn him for it, but he's kind of like
he lets you know he knows how good he is.
And
that's what bothers people. It's like it's the Mariah Carey effect. Who's a very beautiful woman. I actually was dating a girl who looked a lot like her in high school, but now she's gotten to a point where she's beautiful and she knows it. And she's gonna let you know that she knows it. And now it's not that attractive to me. I know what you mean.
Yeah, Strawberry said better. Egotistical. There you go. That's better.
A little, yeah. It comes off a little something. Yeah. No humble in there. no self-deprecation,
I like Brad because he keeps to himself. He just kind of like does his own thing, no matter how crazy he gets or whatever. He never gets himself involved, which is the right way to go, honestly.
Yeah, Brad is all about ball, man. Brad is like,
Yeah,
but
Brad just
offensive
does his
lineman
thing.
here. I was out at the practice. This is what I saw, and I'm sticking to it. You guys fight all you want. None of you can whoop my ass, so it's all good.
I mean, unless this shows us something here. That's a tough one for me, Mike.
I keep forgetting to hit up Larry. Still haven't done that yet.
Man, hit up Larry. I told him, all I can do is set the meet. I'm like the go-between in The Godfather. I can set it up.
You did your part, man. No, you did your part. It's
Set it
me
up.
from that point. You're good. Grant is now trying to push that Ayuk is mad at Brock for some reason. I'm not surprised.
He's trying to push what?
Ayuk is mad at Brock for some reason,
Oh, yeah.
which he's not. So
No.
it's because TJ Houshmandzadeh said on a national sports show where he's a sports analyst, thinks that Brock got overpaid. And at some point, TJ Houshmandzadeh was Ayuk's wide receiver coach at some point. He's not now. He's his former wide receiver coach. And somehow people were like, oh, well, he was his wide receiver coach at one point. So this must have been from Brandon Ayuk. And it's not just TJ Houshmandzadeh's opinion. It's also Brandon Ayuk's opinion. It's like, dude, that's just so far-fetched. At that point, dude. So everyone's just trying to paint Ayuk as if he's trying to – like, I understand that he's doing things that are somewhat dramatic or, like, you could speculate and stuff like that. But the one thing that I don't understand is the wide receiver coach thing. I don't understand that. That has nothing to do with Ayuk. That's not Ayuk. TJ Houshmandzadeh is a analyst on a national sports show that thinks Brandon Ayuk got paid. I mean, there's a lot of players that coach other players that will speak out about that team that they're playing on. Doesn't mean that their correlation together. Though that's like he shares that opinion or whatever. He's not responsible for TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Houshmandzadeh got his own way. He said if the 49ers don't win the Super Bowl, they overpaid Brock Purdy, which was not only asinine, it was asa 10, asa 11, and asa 12. Dude, why don't you say that about Joe Burrow? Why don't you say that about Josh Allen? Why don't you say that about Tua Tagovailoa? Why don't you say that about Dak Prescott? They don't have Super Bowls, but somehow this guy, if this guy doesn't win the Super Bowl, they wasted their money or they overpaid dramatically and they got fleeced. Just get the F out of here.
It's setting the bar to a certain extent because he doesn't think Brock Purdy can do it to justify his take that Brock Purdy wasn't worth that contract. Which, like I said, is stupid because then you could say the argument is that it's equal to Burrow, it's equal to Allen, it's equal to Lamar, it's equal to all those quarterbacks. So
everybody not named Hurts or Mahomes.
No one's earned their money.
You can say that about. So what are we doing here, man? So just really and then again, if you're not a 49er and you don't follow the 49ers, what are you talking about? Why are you commenting on another man's money or another team's money? You better worry about them Cincinnati Bengals, who you done paid all that money to them receivers and that quarterback, and it's all y'all got is an offense because you ain't got no D in your defense. You better hope I don't get that pass rusher. Yeah. So, get your whole house straight before you start talking about mine. TJ Houshmandzadeh, or remember that commercial? TJ Houshmandzadeh championship. when he was doing the fantasy football.
Did you all see that Trey Amos lock up Debo OTAs and Commanders think it means that Trey Amos is the best corner in the NFL? Like, he might be great, but it won't be because he locked up Debo. I've seen clips of him at OTAs. He looks slow. Like Debo looks slow, dude.
What, over in Washington?
Yeah, over Washington. Saw some clips of Debo. He looks slow. He's practicing with some a corner, and it could be Trey Amos. And he's like trying to teach Trey Amos coverage and stuff. And it's like, I don't know if Debo is the guy to do that. His strong suit wasn't exactly beating man. And then like you saw Debo like do moves and stuff. And I was like, dude, he looks slow. He looks incredibly slow.
Welcome to our and he rounds the routes off, man. Debo just he refused to. When you're a receiver, you have to be a drummer. You drum and then you cut out of it. Run into it fast, run out of it even faster. And he would just round the corners with his. He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes, and his fakes, man. I'm gonna tell you who really used to get on. I'm a member of the QB school with JT O'Sullivan, Dr. JT O'Sullivan, and he noticed it years. And he said, man, when Debo is not getting that ball, that's another 3. When Debo is not getting that ball, man, he's running like I'm not getting the ball. I don't care on his fakes. Just look at the comparison. Take motion comparisons. You could take motion comparisons of Tyreek Hill and Debo Samuel when they are getting the ball and when they're not getting the ball, and you will see the comparative difference. You're tipping the play. They all know you're not getting the ball. Just how you, it's going to you, you know.
Yeah.
It just
not helping.
Not helping one bit. You're not giving a good read. It's a bad.
I agree with you, man. I agree.
Man, I don't have no hair, but that guy's hair, his braids look really nice. If I did have hair, I would do it like that.
So, are we gonna admit that this game's over?
Hey man, you can't tell with these paces when he get down to 2 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, hey, nothing, I don't put nothing past these paces, boy. These paces will. I'm telling you, they'll go over there and get that that water, that go-go juice that they had in Space Jam, and the last 4 minutes, you don't know what these guys will do. You really don't know.
Steve-O's going all out on John Lund.
I like John Lund too. I've seen him on a couple times.
Yeah,
what's up with Lund, man? You don't like Lund?
Lund is sad too. Thinks the wrong person muffed the punt. I think he's talking about the Super Bowl. How sad was Cohn's Prize Picks commercial on Debo? I had to get that taken down for real. You bet 5, you don't get 50. You have to bet that 50. That's gonna go, dog. I mean, I believe that I've been proven wrong, but like, geez, they would have this. It would be like a miracle of a lifetime, dude. Well, I guess technically they did. Well, I guess technically the last one was because it was like 1 and whatever, like you said, 1 in like 100 and something. It was 0 and 100 something, but
0 and 182, and then they came back. It was 1 and 182 when went down that much. Shea Butter got 29. See, he gets a quiet 29. He just was effective. It's 6 minutes left. He's gonna get 30 points, and it's like I didn't see him score but 4 times, but he just melts into the game, but just really effective.
So when we do the divisions, goats.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We got to get that.
Which we want to do next?
We can go NFC South and AFC South. You want to do that all at once?
You want to do both?
Yeah, we can do both.
AFC, NFC South?
Yep.
Sure. Do that.
Because it used to be. Do you know? This is probably before you were born. Atlanta and New Orleans used to be in the NFC West. They used to be with. Yeah, we used to play Atlanta, New Orleans. It was 7 teams. It was us out west, the Rams, 49ers, Cardinals. Yeah, Seattle was in the AFC, and then we picked up the Rams and the Saints. That's why we always had like this running feud with them a little bit. That's why those games really matter a little bit, man. They go back to the old days. But and check this out: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were in the NFC Central with the guys up north with Green Bay and Minnesota and those guys. That's how it was broken down, man. It was something crazy.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I knew Seattle used to be in AFC.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they were AFC. Yeah.
Lord. Cardinals used to be in the NFC East.
Yeah, Cardinals were in the NFC East. That's right. It was Cardinals, Cowboys, Redskins, Giants, Eagles. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Way back in the day.
Oh, that's a good shot. Damn.
Oh, man, that's one to build on right there. Halliburton with the fadeaway 3-pointer.
Yeah, but Atlanta and Saints always suck. That's probably why I didn't know that, because they were just so bad. I just never. The Saints and Atlanta were probably so bad. I never knew that they're in the same divisions for now. I didn't know that.
They were bad, but they would play us tough. They would rise to the occasion, especially Atlanta. See, Atlanta had Deion Sanders before he came to us, and that was the big game, man. Atlanta versus the 49ers, Jerry Rice versus Deion Sanders, and it got good competitive. It never got really out of hand or anything. Nothing nasty, but it was just two of the best going at each other one-on-one. It was a game within a game, and incredible to watch, man. Great theater.
Who's in the AFC South? What's
In the AFC South currently?
Yeah.
Currently, we got the Saints, the Carolina Panthers, the
In the AFC.
in the AFC, you got the Houston Texans,
Oh, okay.
the Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and somebody else I'm missing. Somebody else help me out.
Colts, Houston.
Yeah, that's it. Colts, Houston, Jacksonville, Indianapolis.
That's Colts. Indianapolis is Colts. So
Colts. I'm sorry.
Colts, Jacksonville,
Colts, Jacksonville, Houston Texans, and
Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans. All right, Tennessee Titans, who used to be the Houston Oilers. The Titans were the Oilers, and the Texans, they were a new
So the GOAT for the Texans is definitely going to be David Carr.
Okay, you go ahead and write that down.
It's going to be David Carr. And everyone's going to agree with me. It's definitely not J.J. Watt.
David Carr. Championship.
He could have been good, man, if it wasn't for the offensive line. He could have been good if they took care of him. I think.
Now Tennessee's a little tricky because Tennessee was actually the Houston Oilers.
Mm.
They moved to Tennessee, and then the Texans come back as in Houston, where the Oilers play. So somehow we got to get. I don't know. I guess the Oilers
I would
just
say
get
that I say Tennessee
eliminated.
Titans are the Oilers, and I think the Texans are because I think the Titans inherited the past of the Oilers because they're the same team. And the
Okay.
Texans are a new team where they don't inherit that past.
Yeah.
So I would say Texans 2002 team, and Tennessee would be the Oilers.
And at one time they were the Tennessee Oilers or something. When they just moved, it looked kind of crazy for like a hot minute, and then they changed the name to Titans.
Now the real question is, do the Indianapolis Colts get Peyton Manning, or do the Broncos get Peyton Manning?
Oh,
Who gets Peyton Manning?
that is for you to decide. Well, for the Broncos, for me, it's John Elway. It's not.
Well, I know,
Peyton,
but like, would you say that Peyton Manning is a Colt or a Bronco? He retired a Bronco.
he did retire a Bronco, and he had Super Bowl success. He had Super Bowl success at both Indianapolis and Denver, but he lost one in Denver. I think he's more of a Colt
I would say
than
he's more
a
of a Colt
Bronco.
too.
Yeah.
But some people say he's more of a Bronco, so I get confused sometimes because there's like a whole debate there. But we both agree. I think he's a Colt too. Even if you choose who you want to retire with,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, he's more of a Colt than he is a Bronco. I understand when you get the Broncos. Great, he had one of the best best offenses of all time, and then he won a Super Bowl where he was kind of carried to that Super Bowl. He was terrible.
On that second one, that first one,
That season where he went to the Super Bowl
he
and
devoured the
he
league,
was
yeah.
terrible.
But
The season where he was great.
yeah, but the Seattle Seahawks just had his number that night, man. It
Torn
was
apart.
over.
I lived in Seattle at the time too, so I heard all about it, man. I hated it so much.
They were, man.
And then they were bragging about how no Super Bowl memes because they have those their first Super Bowl, so they were so excited that you can't say we don't have any more Super Bowls now.
Yeah, they can't tell us that anymore. We matter. y'all in there.
Yeah.
Benedict Mathurin.
I think Watt moves on this year, not knocking the door down this year for 500. What do you mean?
JJ Watt?
Enter the Hall of Fame?
I think Watt moves into this year for 500.
Oh, I mean TJ Watt.
Okay.
I think it means TJ Watt. Now I think about it.
TJ Watt's the dude.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of. I think he's not at. I think he's not at training camp right now or OTAs, but it's voluntary, so it's not that dramatic right now. But I heard he wants a new contract.
He's I checked his market value. He's at 36.6. I don't know where he's at right now, but that's his going rate. And I guess he looked over, saw Miles Garrett get paid, and figured this is the move.
I will say this: I am very conservative, but when Mark Dagnall says that it's over, I believe him. I trust that man. He subs all of his guys out because he has to leave the crew.
So the Pacers came back from a 14-point deficit. Can they come back from a 17-point deficit with 2 minutes 40 seconds left? Because that's 3 points more than we did last time.
Could anything is possible.
Miracle. I do think that I think the Pacers just didn't take advantage of their opportunities. That's what I would say in this. And the OKC just did.
Yeah.
I think this game would be like 117, 114 right now. If I still think OKC would be winning, but I would say it's a lot closer right now with 2 minutes left. If they just made like 3 of those 20 shots they missed.
They had 6 players in double digits, including all 5 starters. The Indiana Pacers did. But that SGA, man, he put up that 34. His bench, Alex Caruso gave him 20. Aaron Wiggins gave him 18. And Jalen Williams came in and put a smooth 19 in there. And they just got those points in the paint. Let me turn over to the grab. Those points in the paint just really did the damage. 42 to Indiana's 30. So that's a 12-point swing there. Second chance points, they were relatively even. As a matter of fact, Indiana has 10 to OKC's 9. And fast break points, Indiana doubled them, more than double, 9 to 4. It's just a bad shooting night, it looks like. From 3, it was only 34%, and from the field goal, it was 43 compared to the 48% at Oklahoma City and 37 at 3. They just they got them points off of their turnovers this time. And it's all right. We still got another one to play. We got at least 2 more to play, 3 more to play. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's just 1-1. It becomes instead of a 10-game series, it becomes a 5-game series. That's how I look at it. So while with this game to go down here, I got one fun question.
All right.
Is if you could revive the career of any player in the NFL, who would it be? Such
Bo
as,
Jackson.
So like players that where their career was cut short.
Bo Jackson.
You bring Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson.
Like you didn't think you didn't have to think about that. You were just
Bo
like,
Jackson.
Straight up.
Wolfie, you had to see it to believe it. You had to
Really,
see it to
7
believe
seasons.
it. Man, it won't nothing like it, man. God touches some people and says, "This is what you shall do in your life." And Wolfie, to be 6'2", 6'3", 235, 240 pounds, and be the fastest man on the field with all the power of a raging bull. Wolfie, won't nothing like it. It's grown men. It is Hall of Famers. Howie Long and the boys said, man, in the locker room, when he walked through the locker room, people just weren't built like that. You can lift weights all you want to. It just looked different. And when he would hit the sideline and go past, when he's running up that sideline, see him playing them sorry Saints. I'm not them sorry Seahawks. When he ran that sideline, he's Howie Long and every Raider says there was a whoosh of wind when this man ran by you. He didn't get caught from behind, and God forbid you be in front of him when he gets to the second level. Just an athlete. Could check swing a home run, could gun you down from the right field line all the way to home plate, no air, throw the ball. Just the most miraculous athlete you ever wanted to see. And there ain't been nothing could touch him since. And Deion Sanders will tell you, in college, I messed around and tried to hit Bo. He said that thing didn't end right. He said, I hope the film is not there. As a matter of fact, we burned it at Florida State. Don't show that film. Incredible, man. Incredible.
I would say, hold on. I think the correct answer is Andrew Luck.
Okay.
Right. I understand Bo Jackson. He did cut short a little bit. I think he had that that injury or whatever. Barry Sanders, he played till he's 30. I understand that is technically cut short because he was still playing great. He still played till he's 30, and I think that's for like a running back. It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 9 seasons, right? Andrew Luck, though, man, that
what was that? Was that
that's
4?
So sad.
Was that
4 or 5 seasons, something like that?
5?
To me, that was probably the saddest, like what could have been thing ever to me. Where like he was phenomenal, man. He was an incredible quarterback. He did incredible things. He lived up to the hype, man. He made the Colts like super relevant after Peyton Manning, dude. Lived up to that hype, dude. But they were. It's kind of like
them was some big shoes to fill coming off of Peyton Manning, and then here the can't miss kid has to come in and yeah, he's good.
What the 49ers are doing right now is kind of like what's happening with Andrew Luck, where Andrew Luck is, he had that terrible offensive line. They just relied on his ability to make big plays, no matter off platform, no matter what. Still getting his ass beat left and right, but he'll still making big plays because of retiring. Brock Purdy is going to have a shit offensive line where he's doing the same thing and he's getting his ass beat, and it's like you're going down the same thing happened to Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck magic, yeah.
You're going to cut his career.
And Luck had some wheels too. Luck could truck your ass. Don't be out there slipping, man. Them little DBs did not want to mess around with what Mr. Andrew Luck. He was a load. He'll run it on you. He had a little.
Yeah, he was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it all, dude. Like he put his body on the line to make big plays, man. He had so many incredible fourth quarter moments. Even for his 4 or 5 year career, he had a lot of those. And I genuinely get sad when I think about it because I'm not even a Colts fan, and I think how sad that is, how like good he was, and I didn't really get to experience Bo Jackson, so I really don't know the impact. Like I know how good he was, that I do know, but like, but I can't think of Bo Jackson and think to myself, oh, like I'm sad and what could have been. But for a player, I would say out of all of them, even I know there's a couple of people in here like Papa J. Patrick Willis.
Oh yeah, he got some good ones in here. Somebody said Reggie White, Patrick Willis, Steve-O, Derek Thomas.
It's Andrew Luck to me.
Man, Derek Thomas, Derek Thomas.
Patrick Willis, that was sad that he was supposed to. What really frustrated me about the Patrick Willis thing was that year that he ended up retiring, he came out with a commercial that was awesome. He came out with an awesome commercial where he was from like the ghetto, and it showed him being awesome. He was doing incredible things. It was a really cool commercial. Got me amped up for the next season, and then like a month later he retires, and I'm like, what was the point of that commercial then? Like, what was the point? It's like I was like, why?
When they shot it, he was looking at doing things, but I think he had some injuries and stuff, man.
He said it was because his fingers.
Wow.
His fingers getting all messed up, and they're getting all weird, and it was getting discomfort and stuff like that. And I think he also came off toe injury. He came off toe surgery.
Oh yeah, I remember that he used to battle that toe injury. Yeah.
So it was his toe and his fingers. And he says like he doesn't want to live his entire life with fucked up hands and toes. He didn't say anything about a back. He didn't say anything. He was like my ligaments, my fingers, and my toes were just getting so bad. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of that before. But I guess it's bad.
Because everything else on his body was lethal and like Iron Man.
Wolverine out there. So
yeah, his fingers and toes is the only thing,
Another underrated one, an underrated 49ers one, but obviously yours Bo Jackson, mine's Andrew Luck.
For 49ers, it's Chris Borland.
If you want to keep within 49ers, I would say Chris Borland.
Chris Borland, yeah.
That one.
Chris Borland, yeah.
That was that he was phenomenal.
He was going to be the next Luke Kuechly. Very heady, very instinctive, good linebacker, man. Ray Lewis like knew the game, always in the right position, could feel those angles. Just had a feel for the game, man. Real good. Boston College guy. Really, really, really good. Yeah.
Undersized.
49er own, yeah.
retired and became like a CTE advocate. So he did it for good reasons and stuff. Want to take care of your body. Can't really, but it's
Yeah,
like his
man.
career and what he could have done, man. Rookie season, just build off that.
Wilson,
Despite his size.
when that movie Concussion came out with Will Smith, man, a lot of them were seeing it was a lot of guys getting up out of here, man. We might have her in the chat, man. Junior Seau's niece. Man, Junior went through what he did. Dave Duerson, I think it was a couple guys, man. That thing really affected them. And it's sadly to say, it's probably going to affect some others later on that we'll hear about. When you hear about just strange behavior and stuff, man, because it was old back in the day, man. If you had a concussion, they had these smelling salts. You pop them, and it smelled like ammonia. And you got your ass back in the game. You're okay. You're okay. How many fingers? 2. You're okay. Go ahead back in there. I have been privy to that. In high school, man. We were playing Hopewell High School. It felt like they had cement in their helmets, and I don't know what I did, man. I just stuck my face in the fan one time, and man, everything. I just started losing memory and stuff like that, man. And I was supposed to be calling the signal. The ref, my coach is giving me the signals, and man, I couldn't remember what them signals was. My boy had to step in. Leon had to call that stuff. I couldn't. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew to do was just line up, get to the ball carrier, and we'll deal with everything later.
Yeah, it's people don't understand. Like some people do. Like I'm not saying like people don't understand, but there's people out there that don't think about the brain. That's your control center. That's like that's your mainframe. That's your body and stuff like that. Like controls everything. So it's kind of like, some people don't think about that. Like they think as long as your head's not bleeding or shit, like there's no penetration inside your hole. It's like that thing is moving around in there, man.
Yeah, man. you can't scramble that egg, man. Too many times.
Things happen, man. It becomes brutal. I've seen it firsthand where like people, not to get too sad about it, but it's just kind of like I've seen people not be able to be comfortable in their own head and their own body because of CT. Like they'll feel pains and they'll feel like they don't belong in the world because they can't say what's actually in their head because they can't think. They'll think of the words, but they can't say it. Sometimes they'll speak something in their head. They'll think something, but they'll actually say something completely different. Like it can really mess you up for sure. It's bad.
Yeah. So he made that decision, man, and we had to live with it. It set us back a little bit, but
if your brain. I mean, it's just like your safe space is your brain. Your safe space is you, and if you are broken, there's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can go. And
inside your mind, man. It was like a Hitchcock move or a Hitchcock themed movie I seen where a dude is in intense pain, and in his mind he can feel every pain and every anxious emotion, but he cannot talk. I think it was Gotham. It was a TV show called Gotham about Batman. And this was somebody's punishment one time. Some crook or some villain could make your brain work against you and you couldn't tell anybody. And dude, he was seeing every fear, every 24 hours a day. He couldn't even sleep. He couldn't go to his subconscious. That was just Scarecrow. It might. I think that's who it was. Scarecrow. Yeah.
Because you can have things happen outside your body. Your girlfriend breaking up with you. Something tragic happening outside your body. You can retreat into yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't retreat into yourself, that is demon time. That's not good. These people in the chat, people are going off about Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. You heard about him when he took a break in the middle of the game.
He took a break.
Steve-O's in here playing devil's advocate. trying to defend him for that. You run 30 yards and tell me you're not tired. I've seen Lamar Jackson run 70 yards and just come back in and throw the ball. I've seen Andrew Luck, Daniel Jones. I've seen Daniel Jones run 70 yards, go back out there and throw the ball. Okay?
Yeah, man.
Daniel Jones.
You can't call yourself out now, man. You can't be a professional athlete and run off 30 and come out, hey, I'm tired. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, dude, that's a crazy take, Steve-O, to think that like he just runs 30 yards and suddenly he can't go out there and throw balls. Dude, come on.
Or even if you are that exhausted, even if because it could happen, you could have a chest what's it called? Decongestion in your chest. You could be sick or something like that. It could be a bad day, whatever. Don't say you tired. Just go and say, I think I pulled a hammy, or I think I tweaked my back or something. Let's take a time out and you come. Don't do that. Don't ever, as a professional athlete making millions of dollars, come and say, hey man, I'm tired.
I didn't take a break. Well, it's like, hey man, I'm tired. You run the ball, like, or something. I tell my dad, I just got 30 yards and a first down. Let's run the ball here. Give me a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Like, let's give me like a 30-second break here. Not have a backup quarterback go in there.
And just walk to the sideline and say, what's wrong with you? I'm tired.
That's some crazy shit. Honestly, but Strawberry was saying, like, I would rather have Mac Jones than Anthony Richardson. I would as a quarterback, but I think Anthony Richardson just needs to make the transition Terrell Pryor style and just become like a tight end, wide receiver, or running back. Okay, yeah, he'll get tired after that 30-yard run. But, like, he might be good for that 130-yard run.
But he'll be in more of running back shape or tight end shape. I get what you're saying, man. Just and that's not going to be his end all be all. I hate judging someone on their worst day, because you're not the sum total of your worst day or your most embarrassing moment or whatever would have you. There's character is built over time. Habits become character. Character becomes who you are, your identity, and over time it'll be your legacy. So I'm not going to take his worst day, but dude, don't do that ever again. Please don't do that, young man. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure he learned his lesson on that too and stuff. But I think that Ellison says he was overdrafted by a QB team. I agree, but it was just the hype of Josh Allen. I'm gonna say Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen was even a better quarterback and did a lot more in his college days than what Anthony Richardson did. But everyone just got, with Lamar Jackson popping off the way he did, everyone just gets enamored with the fast quarterback, strong arm, athletic guy, not necessarily thinking about the cerebral aspect of playing quarterback. And they're just thinking, oh, I can build this guy from the ground up. Same thing with Trey Lance being drafted to, like, just everyone thinks they can just build this guy from the ground up cerebrally. It's like, either you got it cerebral wise or you don't. And Anthony Richardson never showed that language.
It's learning a playbook, an NFL playbook. It's like learning a foreign language and then going to said country and navigating around that country with said language on Sunday. That's how involved it can get, particularly at the position of quarterback, where you not just have to know the tags on, scatter to west, right, tight, F left, 372, Y, zig, C spot. As a tight end, I know I'm Y. I'm the Y, so I know what the Y is doing. Z, I know the Z. I'm doing a spot route. That quarterback got to know everything everybody is supposed to do and where they're supposed to be, and have it in your mind, sometimes not visually see it. We walk by faith and not by sight, right? You are not Brock Purdy said this. I don't visually see the open guy, but I know in my mind's eye, I have vision. I'm putting it on that spot when my foot hits the back of the ground, and he better run underneath that.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. And not everybody is blessed or as fortunate to have the processor to do this and the vision to do this and do it at a precipitous rate, nor do they have the capacity to even, absorb all of that as it's coming at you. Good guys have been like, man, I don't understand what the hell you talking about.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of teams just and he's right. The Colts were desperate for a quarterback at the time, but I can't remember who else was in that draft. Who was in that draft?
Oh yeah, let's look at
I think there was a taken later that was better, if I remember correctly. I really can't think of who's all in that draft. 'Cause I know I'm pretty sure it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, wasn't it?
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure
he was drafted. It was Anthony Richardson. He was drafted in 2000. He went to Florida. That's not good. It's
he was not good in Florida.
2023 draft.
Who was
first picks? Carolina went with Bryce Young.
Okay.
Houston went with C.J. Stroud. And then Houston picked again Will Anderson Jr.
Okay, then it was okay.
Colts picked fourth with Anthony Richardson. In that same draft after that, you had a quarterback. After that, you really didn't have any quarterbacks out in the first round after that. So
after that, okay.
Will Levis was the next one. Tennessee takes him in the second round, 33 overall. Will Levis.
Oh, was he?
I don't even know if he's still there.
Why did I think Will Levis was in the Kenny Pickett draft? But I guess not.
And whatever quarterback.
The Kenny Pickett draft was 2022. That was Brock Purdy's draft.
A dude named Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker? Yeah,
from Tennessee. Went to Tennessee. Yeah. Then another QB. Man, it was not a QB draft there, man. I didn't even know Hendon.
Bryce Young and Stroud, sure, but like after that, it just kind of fell apart.
Yeah,
but I forgot there was a team that wanted to trade up for Richardson. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was the Giants, but there was a team that wanted to trade up for him. They obviously dodged the bullet because it's not only that Richardson isn't. He's also not good at quarterback. He showed like in his rookie year, he showed like flash. Like he had like 2-3 good plays, and then after that, it was terrible. But he doesn't have the mentality to play quarterback. Like he doesn't have. He acts like he doesn't seem like a leader to me. And from what I've seen of him, he doesn't come off as a guy who would. He's very nonchalant to me. Not in a negative way where like he's screw the team and stuff like that. Like I think he cares, but not as much as a quarterback should care and engage with the team, if that makes sense. He doesn't love
ball like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's not
obsessed with ball
or anything like that. Yeah, he's just not obsessed with it. That's the best way to put it for sure. Like it's just not there. So, but I do like the guy off the field. Like I've seen nothing but great things about the guy off the field.
He's a tremendous athlete, man. If you can get it simplified and get it going, he's cool. He's 6'4", 244 pounds, fast. Kid's got a great smile. I'm always worried of Florida guy. I don't like them Gators, man. I don't like them Gators.
Wasn't that your rival? Isn't the Hurricanes rivals Gators?
No, because they don't even want to play us. They won't even put us on the schedule. We respect Florida State. Florida State is our rival because at least they get us on the schedule. Florida doesn't even put us on the schedule. That will be to a man. Every U fan, Florida don't even want to see us coming. Don't even talk. Just shut up. You know who it is.
All right. So Brock Purdy's draft. Can you name without looking all the players, all the quarterbacks that were drafted before Brock Purdy? I can name a few. I'll give it a few.
You go ahead and do it, man.
All right. Kenny Pickett.
I know. All right, that's the one I know.
Malik Willis.
Okay.
Okay, I forgot what team he went to. I think it was the Titans.
Eat the Titans.
Desmond Ritter.
Okay.
He went to the Falcons, I believe.
Yeah.
Then there's one other big one that Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson. Yes.
Dorian Thompson was after. There's another one, not a big one, but like there's another one. Matt Corral.
Okay.
Got picked in that draft. There's another one I'm missing. Without looking at chat, so I don't cheat. I gotta at least get this one. I know there was like two or three other ones, but there's one more without looking at chat.
Think of a cool, quick name. Patriot.
Cool. I know. Okay. His name. Oh my lord, I know who it is too. I know he played a couple games.
Like a ray gun.
He was a backup. Dude, I see his face. He was a backup to Mac Jones. What was his name?
My boy loves this name.
Why does Hennessy go to my head? That's not a quarterback. It's literally the center for the 49ers.
My boy.
All right, that doesn't count because I can't say his name. But okay. But the other
Bailey Zappi.
There you go.
Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi. But there was another one after Bailey Zappi too. He started for the. I believe he started the games. The Commanders.
Yes. He was a Commander. 5th rounder. Think Gilligan's Island.
North Carolina. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I gave you the hint. Gilligan's Island.
Sam Howell. There we go.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell.
Thurston Howell the third. And there was another one named Chris Oladokin who went to the Steelers in the 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but those are in, man. Yeah. I don't know where. I know Kenny Pickett is still with the Steelers, I think.
Kenny Pickett is with the Browns now.
Damn.
He went from the
I don't know what
Eagles to Browns.
None of these dudes is. Skylar Thompson might be a Dolphin, maybe.
I believe he's still a Dolphin. I could be wrong.
And Malik Willis, I think he's with the Packers.
Yes, he got traded to the Packers by the Tennessee Packers. He won a couple of games to the Packers. So is Jordan Love as good as they say? If you can win games,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe, man. Maybe you got Malik Willis in there, man. Maybe.
I don't know, man. Malik Willis didn't look that great in Tennessee, but suddenly looks great. I mean, maybe Matt LaFleur is better than we think he is. Be able to win games with a guy like that.
Is Desmond Ritter still with the Falcons, or did he?
I think he retired. I believe he retired. He was with the Vegas Raiders, and then now he's not on the team. He's a free agent. And I think he's retiring. I believe
he was a 3rd rounder. Ritter, Willis, and Corral were 3rd rounders. Zappi was the 4th round. Sam Howell 5th. Chris Oladokin was 7th round, along with Skylar Thompson, and the very last pick.
Skylar Thompson, the Steelers. That's right.
The very last runt pick of the litter, the chump, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Nobody wanted to pick you. Just come on over. Yeah, I'll take him.
It's so interesting that like all those quarterbacks and everyone missed, but the 49ers nailed it with the 200. Like, that's crazy to me. The fact that 262nd pick, and there's 7 quarterbacks taken ahead of him, and you get the one guy, the last one, and he turns out to be the franchise quarterback of them all. crazy. That's actually, I think that's a huge. It's such a diamond in the rough. It's like opening up a card pack. And just getting one of the rarest cards ever. Just being like, wow, this is a basic pack compared to other packs where you get like a rare card no matter what. It's kind of that feeling. It's such a crazy feeling, but
we lucked out. If we didn't get Brock, man, we'd be sitting in here talking about, everybody be arguing about, is it going to be Jimmy G or Trey Lance? Again, it'd be Groundhog Day every year. It'd be Groundhog Day. Jimmy G or Trey Lance, Jimmy G or Trey. And we'd have a faction, split faction of 49er fans to say, I want Jimmy G, he wins. We want Trey Lance, he's got a bigger arm. Jimmy G, Trey Lance. It would have been that.
So let's play that game real quick. Of like, if we didn't get Brock Purdy, what would we be at? What would this team look like? I think we would not have Kyle Shanahan anymore. I don't think we would have John Lynch anymore. I think we would have drafted a quarterback, not last year, but this year. I think we would have gave up on Trey Lance last year, and this year we would have drafted a quarterback, is what I think would have happened. That's where I think would be at without Brock Purdy. So I think Brock Purdy saved Lynch's and Kyle Shanahan's job.
Yeah, he saved that bacon.
And he kept us in this competitive situation where we could still look at our future and possibly win a Super Bowl.
No doubt about it.
A lot more than just suddenly be a good quarterback. And that's what I was like, that's what the mind-blowing thing about the whole finding Brock Purdy at 262 is that he did so much for this organization. Like right now, like this team would be in shambles. We would probably would have hired Robert Saleh this year. I think that probably would have happened. I think Robert Saleh
would have did that. Probably gotten Saleh, or we would have just made Bill Belichick an offer he couldn't refuse. We would have just backed it down.
Bill Belichick.
We would have just.
You would have been banging the door. You would have banged the table.
Begged Bill Belichick, look, here is $20 million a year. Please come to us. Pause. Please. Or it would have been something like that. Or I don't know. We would have got somebody off the. Pete Carroll would have been an option.
You would have been an option too. Yeah. For sure.
We would have just been desperate, man. We would have been just looking. We got this team. Can you work with Brock Purdy? Can you work with Jimmy G? Can you work with Trey Lance? And I'm like, no, I can't.
Because he would have been. Because I think he would have been fired after the 2023 season. Because if you don't have Brock, but you have Jimmy G. After he got hurt. If he didn't get hurt against Miami, obviously, then you still go to the playoffs potentially. So I think we're still in the playoff hunt at the time.
Yes, sir.
Guaranteed that we're going to win.
We were 8-1 on when we were playing. No, we were.
I think we were in a playoff hunt. I think we were like.
We needed that game against Miami to be formidable. A lot of people were picking Miami to win that game. Yeah. Everybody, a lot of content creators. I was the only one saying, man, we can beat Miami. We got what we need. I was the lone wolf in the pardon the pun. I was the lone wolf saying we can beat Miami. They said, man, they got too many good receivers. We got a SAR DBs.
They got two.
They got Tariq Hill. They got Waddle. They got a good beat. Man, they're gonna beat the brakes off us. I'm like, no, I think we can do this. We can do this.
I think we would have lost against. I think we would have lost against Tom Brady if we had Jimmy G, not Brock Purdy. I think we would have lost. Even the score is crazy. The defense did their thing.
Yeah,
I don't think Tom Brady would have been. I think Tom Brady would have outdueled Jimmy Garoppolo.
He was not gonna go out here and lose to Jimmy G. He was gonna.
He's right. I'd rather lose to
You would
Jimmy
have.
G.
You would have. Man, you would have had to shoot daggone Tom Brady to get him off that field, man. He would have been like on Trading Places. Turn those machines back on. He was not gonna lose to Jimmy G. Yeah.
So it would have been that season there. Obviously, Kyle, I don't think would have been fired after that because the Trey Lance experiment was still going. And if that didn't work out, Brock Purdy wasn't a thing. Then that means in 2023, Kyle would be working with Trey Lance the entire offseason because I think he would have been healthy enough in that offseason to get the job.
Yeah, because he's coming back off the injury because Trey Lance got cracked. He cracked his two bones in his ankle against Seattle. This was the second game,
third game or something like that.
Second game of the season.
And I think he would have been back for the 2023 season, but I don't think we would have gone to the playoffs with Trey Lance, to be honest. I don't think we would have won games. I think it still would have been an experiment. Then after the 2023 season, obviously the 2024 season, I think that's when Kyle probably would have ended up being fired this season, if not this offseason. If he had Trey Lance, didn't make the playoffs in 2023, I think Jed York would give him one more pass for one more year, and then it would have been fired this offseason. Is what I think. I think he would have got that 2024 season would have been abysmal. Trey Lance still would have worked out. And I think in 2025 offseason, he would have been fired. And then we would go get Ben Johnson, Bill Belichick, or Pete Carroll, and all that. The options last year, 2024.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like Kyle and we didn't go to the playoffs or whatever, the options weren't really there. And I think the experiment would be faltering, but not officially over yet with Trey Lance. But I think if not make the playoffs in 2024, at that point, after 2-3 years and all that, I think he would have been fired this offseason. And then we would have gone for Ben Johnson.
I definitely like the speculation about Ben Johnson. We would have been doing it because that was our motif. We would have
got Joe Brady. We got Joe Brady out of Buffalo.
We would have got Joe Brady, boy. Joe Brady out of Buffalo. Yes. Love Joe Brady, man. Love Joe Brady.
So I think there would have been I think this is the year when Kyle would have been fired if Brock Purdy was not around. And I think John Lynch, I don't know if John Lynch and Kyle are a package deal. Do you think they're a package deal? Like, do you think Jed would keep John Lynch and then fire Kyle?
The way it unfolded, John goes to Kyle and says, "What about me? Can I be the GM?" And Kyle kind of gets John hired. They have been simpatico. They've been partners in most of this. So if one goes, probably the other one would go. But that would be inner workings. That would be inner workings of him and Jed. Whoever Jed had the better relationship with would be the one who would stay.
That's what I meant. Like, so, like, what if Jed liked what John Lynch did and what he brought to the table, but just wasn't satisfied with Kyle, and he'd be like, "Okay, well, I still like what you did, Lynch, and what you brought to the table, so I'm gonna keep you around, but I'm gonna fire Kyle Shanahan." I know that Kyle was the big reason why Lynch got the job, but if Lynch can network himself with Jed York, and Jed York ends up liking Lynch, and then Jed York has to fire Kyle Shanahan. I think personally, I understand that like they came as a package deal, but I think I don't think that if you had fired Kyle, you would have to fire John Lynch, because I think Jed York actually likes John Lynch. I think he actually likes,
and that's what I mean. If it's developed that good between John and Jed, then I could see possibly that happening. But John just about Kyle. He thinks Kyle's to catch me out, and it was Kyle that brought John in. Kyle got it so to get John hired at the behest of John. John wanted the GM spot. He went to him and said, "What about me? You need a GM. What about me?" He said, "All right, I'll talk to Jed for you." And but we know who the power behind the throne is. It's Kyle is really, really running a lot of it. It's just that, hey, I got you this job, buddy. You better act right.
That's another thing is like, does Jed York look at Kyle and John? That's the opposite of what of saying, like, does he like John Lynch as a person and as GM singly? But does Jed York look at Kyle and John as a clique? Like, are they just like when he sees John Lynch, he sees Kyle with him. When he sees Kyle, he sees John Lynch with him. Does he see him as a clique? Are they a group when he goes into a room together?
I think they're kind of clicked together. I think that's how he views them, because they are pretty much in lockstep. They get their stuff together. You notice that just recently you've been seeing Jed, or you've been seeing John do a press conference by himself. Initially, the first few years, it was always him and Kyle sitting there together, and they would just play off of one another and be in lockstep. Jed was big on the synergy between GM and head coach because he's coming off the heels of Jim Harbaugh and Trent Baalke, and he knew he didn't want that. He because Jim absolutely couldn't stand Trent Baalke, and he let him know, get out.
He chose Trent Baalke over Jim Harbaugh for sure.
Yeah, and that was a big detriment. I'm just speculating. He probably learned from that and says, I need both of these guys together, and I feel better. But that fiasco to work with Jim and Trent Baalke can't be anymore.
Yeah, that was some bad Jed York days. I think he's really grown up and learned a lot and actually got better as it. Like,
yeah,
I think he really did.
Yeah, he has made
He's
improvements.
still not the best, but he's still. I think a lot of fans don't remember it, but like Jed York used to be, tweet stuff and then just cause problems. He obviously chose Trent Baalke over Jim Harbaugh. He had a bit of an ego as an owner a little bit, but I think he's grown up and actually he loves his team now and actually kind of takes care of the players. He's more. I respect Jed York a lot more these days than I did 10 years ago, especially after like Chip Kelly, Jim Tom Sewell. I like Jim Tom Sewell as a person.
Wonderful guy.
He was awesome.
Wonderful guy. Good guy, man. But dude, that cannot be your head coach. He is over his skis. Team might like him. His group might like him. He's a great position guy. Maybe even rising to the level of defensive coordinator. But as a head coach at that time, no, dude. No.
But if that didn't happen, we
never at the press conference and everything.
So, he was not good at press conferences. I don't know if you remember that, but he was not good at press conferences. Jim Tom Sewell was.
Yeah, Ellison. Kyle hired Lynch. Kyle made it so that Lynch could be hired. He didn't officially hire the one that has to officially hire you is Jed. He goes on Kyle's behalf, on John's behalf, and says, I want him as the GM. It was actually Kyle that brings Jim or John in. I
think I also get a shout out to I think it's an unsung hero of also him becoming a GM that some people don't know about is that gotta give a shout out to John Elway. I think John Elway was because he was assistant GM under John Elway.
Yeah.
I think John Elway put a good word in and was like, hey, he's good. And then John Lynch stole Adam Peters from John Elway. I don't know how he feels about that, but so I think that shout out to him as well. I think John. John Elway was a big part.
John Elway won't mess around, man. And as a player too, man, John Elway was the original LeBron James.
Oh my!
He
God.
He was dragging people to the Super Bowl. Y'all, check me if I'm wrong. If y'all can name any of John Elway's receivers, not the second iteration, but I'm talking about in the 80s. Y'all name any of those receivers besides maybe Ricky Nattiel. Y'all. This dude, he didn't have running back. He ain't have much of nothing. John was taking them to the Super Bowl every year. John went to 3 Super Bowls in the 80s, man. John was a bad dude, man. He was it.
Vance Johnson, Ed Carey, Sean.
Now you're looking at something, right? What are you looking at? You're looking at Google. All right, yeah. You don't know. Are any of those receivers in the NFL?
I'm not cheating.
You're cheating like a boss. Look at that.
I'm not looking at anything right now. I got text message.
He like Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp. He's looking down. I can see him looking and reading. Man, those receivers were not the stellar guys. Yeah, there it is.
He had Ed McCaffrey. Who else?
That's his second reiteration. Look back in the 80s. see, you looking so good. You didn't look at the years. John Elway was going to the Super Bowl in 86, 87, 88, '89, before these guys were in college. John Elway's a bad man. Please respect John Elway. John
You know
Elway,
how I feel about John Elway, man. This is a whole other
man,
conversation, brother. This
you
is
gotta-
a whole other conversation.
you
man.
gotta see it to believe. Yeah, everybody within the sound of my voice, please go to Google or YouTube. Look up John. Just search John Elway highlights. John Elway in the '80s. Man, it won't nobody that he was as bad as y'all ever want a quarterback to be. All those people say, if you that good, you should be able to do it all by yourself. That was John Elway. That's why we say that. John Elway.
John Elway was as good as Kirk Cousins. I'm kidding.
Man,
I'm just
go
joking.
wash your mouth
Like,
with
you
soap.
motherfucker.
Go wash your mouth with soap. John
I'm kidding.
John Elway was one. If Montana was 1A, John Elway was 1B. I'm telling y'all what I know.
Whoa, no, it's Dan Marino. Dan Marino.
Dan Marino was great. Dan Marino was the original.
I would
Dan
take-
Marino was the original Patrick Mahomes. But Dan Marino only went to the Super Bowl once. John Elway went.
Dan Marino is the definition of not having help.
Dan Marino had Mark Duper and Mark Clayton. He had the Mox brothers.
You want to talk about wide
Wolfie,
receivers
you better go
I've
back
never
and
heard of?
look. You better
wanna
go
talk
back
about wide
and look.
receivers I never heard of?
No, Wolfie. No.
wanna
You're
talk
not gonna
about
tell
wide
me,
receivers I
young
never
man.
heard of?
You're not gonna tell me. And dude, I was there. Ellison, help me out.
Jeffrey, Shannon Sharp, Terrell Davis. No.
Shannon
No.
Sharp and Terrell. I'm talking about the '80s before you were born.
Buddy, bro.
It is like it's like the rapping Duke. While you were in diapers and wetting the sheets, I was at the Ponderosa rocking to the beat. I'm telling you, John Elway was here since '85, man. John Elway was here '84. John, this won't the people you seen. I'm telling you what I know. You try to tell me, and I was there. John Elway was the truth. Ellison, tell him. Elway was an all-time great subpar front office exec. Yes. John Elway had Dan Reeves as his head coach. John Elway was taking all of that stuff, man. John Elway was bad. John Elway was the truth. Y'all got to look it up. You got to look it up on grainy YouTube to see what I'm talking about. Just please. Go and look up John Elway highlights. Please do this. Elway. Go ahead.
I can name. He's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Okay.
He's not. You want to put him in top 10? Fair. But for top 5? No, dude. No.
Not only is he in the top 5, he is 1B. I would take Troy
Aikman.
You high.
I would take Troy Aikman.
Son, we got a drug policy here.
I would take Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Steve Young.
And you be wrong. You be wrong. John Elway was the shit.
Patrick Mahomes.
John Elway couldn't be touched. John Elway was the man. Y'all respect John Elway. Just go to YouTube. Pull up YouTube. Just pull it up. All I ask you to do is pull it up. Look back at the old days, the 80s, before you were born. This dude was doing all of the things you think you looking for nowadays. I'm telling you, this dude was that dude, man.
All right.
As a matter of fact, in aviation, now I'm gonna end it on this. In aviation, there are certain pathways that you enter airports with. It could be, and they name those pathways. Do you know entering into Denver International Airport? Do you know how you get into domestic flight ways? It is called John L. Way.
You get those things because you're overrated. That happens, man.
I tell you what I know.
Stuff. All right, I am not talking about John Elway until 8th quarterback in NFL history. 8th, maybe to 10th.
And you're sorely lost.
I'll throw him somewhere in there, even if I think he's overrated. Okay, I'll accept that. But I would take Josh Allen.
You're glib. You're glib. Josh Allen ain't been to a Super Bowl yet, have it?
And you know what? I think Josh Allen will at some point. I think Josh Allen will win the Super Bowl at some point.
At some point. John Elway was going to he was dragging his team to Super Bowls.
He was carried.
No.
He was carried. And then when he got to Super Bowls, he lost 3 straight.
Yeah, he lost them to the best
and he
teams.
Was terrible in those
some
Super
of the
Bowls.
Best teams ever. John Elway lost to the New York Giants. John Elway lost to the San Francisco 49ers in 89. I was at the dorm, man, watching it. He got cooked. But it was Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Tom Rathman, Roger Craig, John Taylor, in a defense that featured Jim Burt, Keena Turner, Ronnie Lott. Dude, was
Phil Simms that outplayed John Elway in the Super Bowl? It was Phil Simms, wasn't it? Quarterback?
John Elway had to play Lawrence Taylor. Do you know who Lawrence Taylor is? If you tell Patrick Mahomes he got to go out there and face Lawrence Taylor, he piss on himself.
Yeah. All right. So I would place him somewhere. I would place him if you want to talk where he would end up being for me all time would be probably, like I said, 8. That's where I'll start talking where he's at for me personally.
Go back and look at John Elway.
I did. I looked because the reason why I did have John Elway super high at one point, but then I decided to do my research, and when I did my research, I changed my mind on John Elway. So it was actually the opposite. Because I did it. So I watched a TikTok of someone talking about, I think John Elway is overrated, and I was like, that's crazy to say that. That's crazy. Went to go do my research, and I was like, I think boy's got a point. So I was convinced because I did research. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, I just told you my top 5, Ellison. Who would I take? I would take Tom Brady's number 1. I think Patrick Mahomes passed Joe Montana. I think that a lot of people might disagree with on that, but I think Patrick Mahomes is there. Then goes Joe Montana. Okay. Then I'm going to take Dan Marino. I think Dan Marino was insane. He had a shit situation. I think he did the definition of having a true shit situation, like 110%. Then I would either put at my 5 either Troy Aikman or Peyton Manning. I have a triple 5. Peyton Manning, Troy Aikman, or Steve Young. But Steve Young also had a super team to get himself to that Super Bowl winning. So I kind of have a little bit of a reserve for that, but he still played amazing getting to those NFC Championship games, just losing to the Dallas Cowboys though. But so that would probably end up being my top 5 at that point. But I am not putting John Elway above those 3. I'm not doing it.
Go ahead, share this screen right quick.
All right, but if we get booted and we get kicked off, thank you guys for joining, stuff like that. But if we, because I don't know if you can show this or not, but we'll see.
Infamous Saints, the New Orleans Saints at the time, they were called the Dome Patrol. These was real defenses out here. These people weren't playing around. This was gangrene in Philly. This was the Monsters of the Midway in Chicago. This was daggone the G-men out in New York. These people, it won't no defenseless receiver, can't hit the quarterback. He too cute. Don't touch him. John Elway was getting it done and taking teams to Super Bowls with guys you don't even know. You got to look up Vance Johnson. You got to look up Ricky Nattil. You got to look. Who is that? What? They ain't not in no Hall of Fame. They not in there. John Elway was doing all that. Go ahead.
All right. I'm actually not trolling, Papa J. I don't think John Elway is a top 5 quarterback. I'm being serious. I wouldn't troll Terror this hard. I would at that point give up. But Wolfie feelings about Elway's how some people feel about Purdy. Not even close, because we're not talking about Purdy being a top 5. We're not talking about Purdy even being a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. So like, that's not in the same conversation.
Although QBR since they started, Purdy is 3. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Purdy's fantastic. Purdy's got the statistics.
December
to back up his
22.
play. He's got the statistics across the board and the film. And he's got the film of showing like, okay, he's the reason why he won that playoff game.
And he's played in Super Bowls and NFC championships. And when he's not there,
I would not.
When he's not there, we lose bad.
Yeah, just because I disagree with someone about a quarterback where they are all time does not make the Purdy situation match whatsoever, because they're not even the same. They're not the same thing. The conversation is not the same thing. So or even the debate of like, okay, let's debate if he's top 5. No one's debating that. So it's like that wouldn't work. If we were debating like Brock Purdy top 5, and I said he's top 5 right now and stuff like that, and we had that conversation and people were like, oh no, he's not, then I would say yes, that's probably the same thing, because now I'm arguing he's top 5 quarterback in the NFL. But then some people don't think he's even top 10. They think he's like mid or a top 20 quarterback, or he's a backup quarterback. So while John Elway, I'm not saying is the 20th greatest quarterback of all time or 15th. I'm saying somewhere 8 and 10. So the conversation would not be the same thing at all.
I got John Elway at 2.
You can say we agree, disagree, but logically speaking,
John Elway at Joe, the great Tom Brady at 1, the incredible Joe Montana at 2, John Elway 3. Patrick Mahomes is coming up with a bullet, but until
Patrick Mahomes, what? Sorry, where do you?
Patrick Mahomes is coming up with a bullet. Patrick Mahomes done played in 5 Super Bowls, won 3 of them,
and he's the reason why he won a lot of those.
Patrick Mahomes is a bad dude. Everybody love him. You know, I personally want to knock the snot out of him, but yeah, it is what it is. He winning and he's good and he throws, and he's the reason why they're believing in that building, and I got to put him up very, very, very high. Young in his career, I'm projecting him getting at least 1 or 2 more Super Bowls, and he's going to be on par with all of the greats. But the man got 3 Super Bowls already. He ain't been in the league. I don't think he's 30 yet. Is he 30?
Patrick Mahomes, I think he's like 29.
Man.
He's 29.
It is what it is. He's rising. He is surely rising. He's surely rising.
Number 4 then?
And then I got him about, he gonna be about 4. And for me personally, I like Steve Young. I like Steve Young, and then we can scatter everybody else in about. But yeah, that's where I'm looking at it right now.
So your 5 was Tom Brady, Joe Montana.
Tom Brady number 1, Joe Montana. Then we go to John Elway, Patrick Mahomes, and then we're looking at Steve Young for me.
Really?
Yeah.
So I know we hate Dallas, but what's the disrespect we have on Troy Aikman here?
Troy Aikman is excellent. He's in my top 10. He's in my, because you got 3 Super Bowls and just accurate out of the yin yang. Him and Michael Irvin used to hook up, man. But hey, you had the greatest running back ever statistically to put on a uniform behind the greatest offensive lineman statistically, who had the greatest running back ever to put on a uniform. Statistically now, you got to fall a little bit on that one. You had a little help. You had a little help here. You had a little help.
He also had good years prior to getting all that help.
Not actually. That first rookie year looked like crap. But he built it. He built a rapport with Michael Irvin. They could run that bang 8 10 times blindfolded, and he would hit Michael Irvin 8 times out of that. He was deadly accurate, and I love Troy. I do. And the Super Bowls speak for themselves, man. And he was a battle every year when the 49ers faced them. So I give him that respect. But these boys were doing it. It, it had you had to see the drive of John Elway
I
in the
would say
snow in Denver, coming back in NFC Championship and AFC Championship and AFC postseason, dragging those teams to the Super Bowl. It won't nothing like it.
I would argue that I don't think Emmitt Smith is a top 3 running back all time though.
Statistically, he is.
Well, yeah, he's got the
Again,
word
I said
like Frank Gore technically is
statistically,
number 3 is the greatest running back.
somehow this guy has
longevity-wise.
18,000 yards, and it is more than anybody in the
He plays like
history
40.
of the National Football League. It's been 102 years. No, 105 years. It'll be 105 years. Who has ever ran the football? Everyone who's ever run it. This dude has more yards than anybody else. And it is a running game. It is a run game. And we gonna respect the fact that this dude did it for 18,000 yards. We're gonna respect Sweetness. We're gonna respect Frank Gore. We're gonna respect these guys who, in a running football game, the object is to run the ball. These dudes did it at a precipitous rate, unlike anybody else that has ever been.
So who is your? We just got to top 5, top 10, top 5 quarterbacks, and this will be our last one because I have to get going. So one more last ranking here.
Go ahead.
Who are your top 5 running backs of all time?
Whew, for me personally, number 1 and will always be the great Jim Brown.
Really? Okay.
I in the reverence that the men who showed me the game, Charles Terrell, Hubert Terrell, Charles Burley, all of them, the reverence they have for the great Jim Brown in the film I seen, and the statistics of 5.2 yards a carry, 6'2", 235 pounds, was bigger than linemen at that age. Dude, can't nobody come close. These were 10 and 12 game season.
So,
This dude led the NFL in rushing and had the rushing title. He played 1 year with a broken wrist. Do you know how people sit out games with
you told me he had a broken foot.
fingernail? He had a broken wrist and still played and led the league in rushing.
All right. So
It is Jim Brown. It is the great Barry Sanders. It is the great man.
there's a lot of them.
It is the great Emmitt Smith is gonna come in 3,
Okay.
and
okay.
then Sweetness, and I would interchange 3 and 4. No, let me go. I'll go Sweetness number 3, and then Emmitt Smith,
Okay.
and rounding it out. I'll throw Eric Dickerson in there.
Eric Dickerson. Okay.
Eric Dickerson had me wanting to lose my sight a little bit, to have some goggles and wear that neck roll and play. He was in my era. He was as sweet could be. Eric Dickerson would hit stride with that number 29, and his chest would just rise, and there was just a gallant, royal, majestic look to his runs. It was just as sweet as it won't none like it. It won't none like it, man. Eric Dickerson.
Not bad list. Not bad list. I don't think Emmitt Smith hits my top 5 though. I would definitely say that. My number 1 is Barry Sanders. I really honestly can't. Like, just I've seen film of his and what he did for that Lions team.
Mm-hmm.
the greatness that he had and how well he played, and
Now,
it's phenomenal. That dude was phenomenal. That's my
now
number
I want to add this to you. Please watch Barry Sanders going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His dad introduces him, and his dad points down at Jim Brown and said, "You the greatest that ever been, and my son is second."
one.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that. Wolfie, it ain't nothing like it. It ain't at Hall of Fame. They when they wear those gold jackets in August, they used to have a meeting before the game, a party before the game, just for the gold jacket wearers.
Where
right?
do you rank? Okay.
But
So,
let me get this off.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
They it's all gold jacket guys, and they sitting around kicking it. Ray Nitschke. It's the Ray Nitschke dinner. Ray Nitschke played for the Packers. It's the Ray Nitschke dinner, and all of the Hall of Famers come and they kick and they just talk and tell lies and all that stuff. When Jim Brown hits that door, every Hall of Famer stops what they're doing, rises to their feet, and watch the great Mr. Jim Brown walk through the Hall of Fame. That's in Canton, Ohio. I have been there. I have witnessed the respect that everybody gives Jim Brown. That's all I say.
All right. So Barry Sanders, okay, number 1. Walter Payton, number 2. Okay.
Sweetness is
Eric Dickerson, number 3. And number 4 would be Jim Brown. And number 5, this one's a hot take. This is a hot take, but I just think that what he did is insane, and I think he's not talked about enough. People pick Marshall Faulk over him. People pick. I also forgot about O.J. Simpson. I guess that I think
OJ was bad, man.
I think O.J. Simpson probably take 5.
I know that name. That name
forgot O.J.
provokes
Simpson.
a lot
5,
from people. let me explain to y'all.
O.J. Simpson.
When you know
was
how we
crazy
look,
good,
how we look at TV now, and there's a segment on ESPN Countdown called "You Got Mossed," right? Everybody know what mossed is. You got mossed from Randy Moss, right? When you catch it over somebody or make a spectacular catch over somebody, it's called "You Got Mossed." When I was coming up in the 70s, and we would look at the game and then go outside and play, we called it when you was moving and you shifted somebody and you ran the ball for a lot of yards, we said you was juicing that ball. You was juicing it. That was how the respect for O.J. Simpson was. I know everything has happened. I know politically and criminally a lot has transpired, but please believe to a man, O.J. Simpson in those 70s had 100 yard or 110 yard speed and was devastating to a city. And he was just incredible. O.J. Simpson was incredible. But go on.
So yeah, I was gonna say a different player, and I'll say that player. So I guess he'll be my 6. So my top 5 was Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson, Jim Brown, and then it was O.J. Simpson. I would almost flip Jim Brown and O.J. Simpson because I completely forgot about O.J. Simpson. I would almost do that, but I feel like it's 1A, 1B for me at that point. But who I was gonna say at 5, but now it's 6 at this point, LaDainian Tomlinson.
He was bad.
People don't give him enough respect. I understand with the Chargers, but he was insane.
He was bad.
He was a badass, and I think to me, I would take him over Marshall Faulk. I'll take him over any other running back. Emmett Smith, I'd take him over that because I thought what he did was absolutely fit. He had a touchdown record. He was crazy.
He was bad.
So I would take LaDainian. He would have been at my 5, but now OJ easily because I can't believe I forgot about him. So I saw a comment from Ellison talking about would you put him in top 10? I'm like, dude, motherfucker, I put him in top 5. I put him top 5. Dude, that guy's good. So I would probably LT at 6. I do think that
OJ,
you know,
LT was bad, man. LT was great. LT was really tremendous.
yeah,
Good
and
power, had
I'm glad you
moves.
agree. I'm glad that wasn't too far fetched, but because that's what I
No,
honestly
man.
believed. I honestly believe that
No,
LT
man.
is
It's been
that
some
guy.
great ones played. Wolfie, it's been some great. OJ Anderson was great. It's been some great. Curtis Martin was great. Uh, Emmett. It's just been a lot of really. It's like one that played in Philadelphia named Wilbert Montgomery. He was really good. It's been some really, really good guys, man.
Do you
Just,
think?
just, just, just look at those stats and look how much they ran for, in and day out in a hard, slogging, defensive, geared to stop the run, 53-44 defense. These guys were making it happen.
Do you think as a player? I think it's just because recency bias. It's really hard to kind of like put up a player that is in the league these days. It's kind of hard to put them above legends such as the players we know before. But is there a player where that if they were to put him in top 5 today, players like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, CMC, the other players in the past as well, like Le'Veon Bell and all of them. Is there any of those running backs you'd be like, okay, I respect it that you put one of those guys at 5 or 4, like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley,
I,
anything like that?
I could see, Derrick Henry or Saquon.
I can see
Um,
Derrick Henry for sure. I think Saquon needs to stack more years, but
and here's my justification. This is a pass happy league.
mm,
It used to be you ran the ball 70% of the time and you didn't throw it but 30. If somebody threw for 25 times, they were like, damn, they just done got pass happy.
mm,
but but because it is slanted towards the passing game for these current iteration of running backs to be peeling off 1,900, 2,000 yards, it means even more.
because
It
there's
means
less rushing
more.
attempts. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And and
Derrick
and
Henry, I'd probably put in there somewhere, possibly.
Derrick Henry, man. And we can just take the eye test. How many times have you seen a guy get mushed messing around
Oh,
with Derrick
he
Henry?
had the craziest stiff arm,
You
dude.
man, you can make a highlight reel on just Derrick Henry off tackle, cornerback coming and
And I
getting
bet you that hits
thrown
double
out of the
digits.
way.
I bet
I
you
like
that
beast
highlight double digits.
beast mode is a bad dude. Beast
Beast
mode is
mode,
the truth.
yeah. Beast mode
You
was crazy.
you gotta respect these guys.
Yeah, there's some good ones. Okay, so I like your list. I'm glad you respect my list. I truly thought the LT one was going to be a hot take. I thought a lot of people because I didn't see anybody in the comments that you bring it up, and I'm glad. I was like, I'm probably putting stuff out there. You guys are like, what the f- you talking about? Like,
No, man, LT was
Doug
bad.
Martin or something.
LT was bad. You're not wrong. If you threw somebody in there like egg on, I
If I said CMC, I think that would. I don't think that would have been justified. Like, I don't
CMC
think he's
was
top 5. He's
CMC
good.
nice. He's got to put a couple more seasons together where injuries didn't take precedence
Took
and
away a
just
lot of his
be
great
as
stuff.
productive as he wants it. And I think he wants it. That's the thing. That's why I give Emmett so much of the nod because
Longevity.
he
Yeah.
truly wanted it. He wanted it that bad. He wanted that Russian title. He wanted to be the best. He wanted to get to break the record of the great Walter Payton.
Mm.
Barry, as talented as Barry was, he got turned off by how the team wasn't drafting right. The offense that was
He didn't
ran.
believe in the team at all. He was like, "This is not going where I'm wasting my
He's
career.
like,
You're not
"This
going
ain't
to trade."
I'm out. I'm gonna send the facts. I'm out. Emmitt Smith, man. Emmitt Smith will go down to the why. Emmitt Smith wanted it. He wanted everything, man. And I have to respect. He was out there with that separated shoulder. What did it for me? He had a playoff game. Y'all can go back and YouTube this. It was a playoff game against the New York Giants to get first place in the NFC for the playoffs. Emmitt Smith separates his shoulder like in the first quarter. Emmitt Smith out there with a separated shoulder, giving you all that he got. At the end of the game, John Madden goes down to the locker room and says, Mr. Smith, that's the gutsiest damn performance I've ever seen in my life, man. Emmitt Smith wanted that. He wanted that bad. He wanted the Russia title. He wanted that Super Bowl. He wanted that ball. Give Emmitt Smith that ball at the end and break your back. That was Emmitt Smith. Emmitt 8-Ball Smith. I was in high school same time he was, and I was reading. It was called Street and Smith. There was a magazine. It was a college. It was a high school magazine about everybody around the country. It would have the best players, and that's who you match yourself up against. Looking at their stats, looking at what they do. Emmitt was down. He was called Emmitt 8-Ball Smith down in Pensacola, Florida. That dude wanted it. He wanted it bad. That's why I like that.
Good player. He's still one of the greatest running backs of all time.
He is.
Sure. It's
Gotta be.
Something you can't take him out there and stuff like that. So for sure, I get that. All righty, that was a great conversation. That was some good
Awesome.
top 10, top 5 things.
Love it, Wolfie. You always bring the best out of me, Wolfie. Terrell Davis is borderline top 20 running back of all time. Ellison says.
Off the top of my head, I would say, yeah, I gotta think about that. But top
The true Jerome Bettis was, man, the bus. That why they call him the bus. Hey, people was riding that bus and getting lessons. Yes, sir. Y'all named some good ones. David Corona acting up. David Corona. I just got home from umpiring. Oh Lord, David Corona umpiring. Day 2, 9 game 4 Saturday and 5 Sunday. I'm trusting you did well, David Corona. I hope you call balls and strikes. All right, man, because it could get bad at those little league games.
Yeah, it can. Yeah. You got to deal with a lot of parents. Yeah, I'm sure.
They bring pistols. Wolfie. It get bad.
Yeah. So, all right. Thank you so much, Papa J, for being here. Ellison, thank you so much. We disagree. I still appreciate you being here, man. I still appreciate the conversation. Still respect you. David, thank you so much for showing up, even if it's the back end, man. You're still representing everyone, the Golden Domers. Thank you so much. Strawberry, Juan, Val, all you guys are super duper awesome. You guys make this stream what it is. It's nothing without you guys. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to be here and supporting us.
Come and hang with us. That's it.
And
shout out to OKC. Y'all won today. They call it 11-point victory at the beginning. You were favored by 11.5. I think it's what they finally win by 20 or something like that.
It's something like that. It was like 15, 20 or something like that. It was, they definitely, without a doubt. Yeah.
But the series is on, y'all. They go back to the NAP, Indianapolis, Indiana, and we all gonna be fighting around there. Hold your hat. It's a beautiful, beautiful series. Two great teams. And speaking of great, I'm on with my great co-host Wolfie. We do our thing, man. Glad y'all like it.
And would you like to send us off, Terradome?
Remember, everybody, we walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. Glad to see you. Thank you so much.
Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.